We have the giggles today. So, announcements.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I have to get those up. Guys, first of all, oh, it's a night. First of all, we just want to say thanks to our sponsors and give them a quick shout out. Those sponsors being Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle Games. Little Dragon Corp is a Canadian dice company, and they have all kinds of amazing tabletop gear. Hold on while I actually get my script up. I don't know where it is. Game Logist, there it is. Yeah, you can check out their Twitter, at Little Dragon Co. 1, to follow, like, what they have going on, and you can use the coupon code PROBONUS. It is working again. When you head over to littledragoncorp.com, and you'll get 10% off your order, so you can do, like, !Little Dragon in the chat to see that and get a link to their site. And also, if you do !CCG, that will give you links to Cardboard Castle Games, which is a lovely game store local to the Evans, Georgia area. If you find yourself there, please support them. If you're not located in that very specific place within the continental United States, then please feel free to check them out online because they have all kinds of awesome stuff. Also, wait, listen, like, here's the thing. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. If you did not already know, we stream all the time on Probo. We have games every night. We have games for the major published 5th edition modules. We have games for homebrew 5e stuff like this one. Well, this one's sort of... It's like Critical Role. We have games that are not even 5th edition D&D. So, like, we got gaming, we got Mass Effect, we have something up your alley. So, like, please come check out our other content that we have basically every night of the week. And you don't even have to show up at 7 p.m. If you show up at 3 a.m., like, you'll probably see Kristy. Like, there's always stuff going on. So please check out our other content. Also, we have a community Discord. It has public channels, and we want to, like, put together subscriber games. So if you subscribe to our Twitch, you could, like, play in a game that's run by our DMs. But the thing is, you gotta join the Discord to find out about it. So go in there and come and hang out with us. And also, just want to give a quick thank you to Adrian Von Ziegler for some of the music that we use, which I actually need to turn the volume down on it. Hope that's okay. Love you, Adrian Von Ziegler. You rock. He's got really, really cool, like, content usage rules for small streams like ours, so please check him out on YouTube. Support him on Patreon if you can. That's all I got, Kristy. What do you got? MysticHour, what do you got?
MysticHour. Tomorrow's Star Wars, right?
Tomorrow is Star Wars.
Okay, tomorrow is Star Wars. So no MysticHour tomorrow at the usual scheduled time, but there's probably going to be some Mass Effect happening over the weekend.
Awesome. One other announcement. Thank you to Matthew Mercer and the people at Critical Role for supplying this world that we are playing in and allowing us to do so. So, I think that's all the announcements. Does anybody else have any quick announcements before we kick it over to Ink for the recap? If Ink wants to do the recap, of course.
Got it. I write everything down.
All right. So, Ink, take it away.
Alrighty. The party has just made their way north to the city of Oath in the Oathmoor's Swamp, where we have been directed by our by our friendly party cleric Reksha, that we need to lend some assistance to the people here. We didn't really know why until we actually came upon the outskirts of the city, where we saw what looked to be some person addressing a large crowd, explaining that they are trying to get to the bottom of a series of disappearances that have been happening. Investigating a little bit further, we have learned that it seems somehow the swamp is being able to sort of magically or otherwise create diamonds, which has led to a very large influx of adventurers and travelers alike who have come to Oath outside of regular pilgrimage in an attempt to get rich quick. However, many people have started to go missing in the swamp, mostly the new arrivals, but also some of the locals as well, which is concerning to the local marquis, who is named Mata Lau Afu. Pronunciation pending. the party, or Dumka and Tremayne went and spoke with the Marquis and offered the services of the Iron Line to help find the missing people and stop what is causing them to go missing, just possibly in exchange for some money, as we are a mercenary group, though we are, air quote, less interested in the diamonds, air quote. But with so many people coming into the town, it's been quite hard to find a place to stay. Reksha went and spoke at the local Temple of Moradin, where there was a gentleman who was also from Port Zoon who was here, which was quite interesting. And the party then was able to find some lodging with an old woman who is the town's local alchemist. I forgot to write her name down, but she was very, very sweet. Agatha.
Yeah.
Agatha has allowed us to stay in her home and told us of some of the possible threats of the swamp, and offered us some of her reagents and potions and balms to be able to help better navigate it. We also offered in exchange for her kindness that perhaps when we go out into the swamp, we could try and get some of her supplies for her so that she does not have to go out into the swamp alone. She's an old lady. Why does she do that? So, with the party resting for this first night, we plan to speak to a local noblewoman who was speaking with the Marquis when we entered, who deals with renting out river boats to help navigate through the swamp to start our investigation. But that is where we left off, Derek.
Correct. You also got a map of the Oathmoors from Agatha, too. That has some of her paths that she uses to traverse the Evermore, or the Oathmoors with on foot. So you have options here. So we start off with everybody, of course, gaining a long rest if they need to, and unless there was something anybody wanted to do that night before they went to sleep, we will just skip to the morning. And the people that are sleeping in the living area, which I think was Reksha and maybe Zach, because I think Zach was just going to trance in the chair or something. You all wake up to the sound and smell of food being cooked in the kitchen that's just 10 feet away from you. And as you all wake up, you turn around and you see Agatha standing there with some just common clothes on, like hunched over. Looks like she's messing with some kind of food in a skillet that's over a burning fire, and she just kind of standing there, just slightly humming to herself, kind of swaying back and forth. And she notices that she has some watchers. And good morning, my dears. Did you sleep well? Hopefully the floor wasn't too bad.
Oh, it's fine.
Are you hungry? Breakfast should be almost done.
Do you need help with anything? I can set the table if you like.
Oh, no. Well, I don't really have much of a table. It only seats about 2 people, but if you want to set the table, sure. We'll have to kind of sit on, some people might have to sit on the floor, but
That's fine.
or take turns at the table, I guess.
Miss Agatha, you are so kind. You have been so kind to us.
No, it's the least I could do. Have guests here, so I have to, see that they're well fed. Hopefully, Alligator is okay with everyone.
That sounds great.
I've never had that either.
It tastes like chicken.
No.
I have had it before.
Ink has had it.
They serve it at the state fair here.
So good. It is good. The tail is good.
She will bring over some toasted bread and some alligator that she has cooked up. Each of you all can grab a plate for breakfast. And she even made a little plate for Saren, too.
Aw.
Aww.
So,
I'll tell her to try to not make a mess. We are a guest in her home.
I will try, Beckett.
Give a little piece to pick on the shoulder and see if.
Pick will smell it and then try and eat it a little bit. It seems to be a little tough for Pick to get through, but eventually gets a small little piece off and starts to chew it.
There you go.
But yeah. So you all are sitting around having a nice breakfast. And what would you all like to do today? Agatha will actually come over and just stand as you all are eating. So, what's y'all's plans going forward?
We're going to go into the swamp.
That's as far as we got.
I like that plan. Just be careful, okay?
Brother, didn't you have an idea? What you wanted to actually fight?
I mean, that was Tremayne's wonderful idea.
Oh, it was Tremayne, sorry.
Yes, I think we should act as bait. I mean, if we want to find who's doing this, I feel like we look the part, and it would probably take us to exactly where these individuals have gone missing from.
There was there's a noblewoman in town who is she rents out all the boats.
Are you talking about Miss Ravenosa?
Yes, Miss Ravenosa. We spoke very briefly, but we may be wanting to get one of her boats.
From what I've interacted with, she seems like a nice lady. Well, I haven't spent that much time with her, but
Is she like local from here, or did she?
You see Agatha start to think for a second. No, I don't believe so. I think she showed up maybe 5 or 6 months ago.
When did the diamonds,
Like 3 months.
About 2 or 3 months ago.
2 or 3 months.
Gotcha.
Just before. Yeah.
So, maybe a visit to Miss Ravenosa, or we go on foot. I'm not sure. Pick some gator out of his his tusk.
Would you like some toothpicks? She walks over and gets a.
You have
thing of
everything.
toothpicks.
Yes, thank you.
Can you remind me? Can you remind me where most of the people have gone missing, like whether it was on boat or on foot?
It's a little bit of it's a mixed. Most people, especially the like new arrivals in the city, typically take boats. But some people have set off on foot, and it just depends, really. It doesn't seem like you all could make a connection between if there was a connection between the methods of travel. So.
I mean, I'm not against just going straight to the source.
All right. If we don't find anything on foot, we can always double back and go along the boat routes.
Well, why don't we try the boat route? Because if you think about it, most of the people that went missing are out-of-towners, and the out-of-towners don't want to get their feet wet.
Okay.
So maybe if we're gonna go with Tremayne's bait idea, maybe the boat.
Okay. Yeah. I think that she has. She said that she has. She's down in the Stark docks, is where she
Correct.
keeps all of her boats. So we have to just we have to go into one of the other islands.
Right there. Big
Right
ship.
there.
Yeah. Okay. So you all set out from Agatha's house and make your way over there. It's just a quick little walk through the red washes, and you find yourself at this building. sticks out because it's relatively a larger building with docks at the back of the building, so it's relatively easy to find here. Which the people that were walking around the city probably even noticed it while they were taking a look around, which I think was Zach and Beckett. But you all walk over and see a sign above the front door, and this place is called the Ravenosa Charter Company. And as you're walking around, today is actually a really nice day. There's a lot of, when you been walking through here the last few days or so, and then you're also last night while you were made it to town, it has been kind of overcast in this area, not much sun making its way through. But today seems like a nice day where the sun is shining in the sky, and doesn't seem there's a few clouds, but not much. But you are at the front door of Ravenosa shop, and you make your way up to the door, go inside, and there is a individual human male standing behind a desk, doing motions to tell people what to do. And you see a few other deckhands running around from each boat, trying to get them ready for this morning's activities. But he sees you all enter. How can I help you? You looking to rent a boat?
Yes.
Or he goes and counts 5, counting your friend. Motions down to Saren.
Yes, she will be accompanying us as well.
So you'll probably need a medium-sized boat with all of you. Is there a specific thing that you're looking to do? You looking for a fishing boat? Just an exploration? What is activities you are looking to accomplish today?
Probably exploration.
Fishing,
Really
I don't think is on the docket.
Get those diamonds.
A really sturdy boat.
Yeah, of course. We have all of our boats are the sturdiest in the town. Well, our medium-sized boats are 2 silver per day for rental. Of course, if you come back and the boat is damaged, of course, we'll be charged for the cost of the boat. Does that sound
Yeah, that's fair.
okay with everyone?
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw down a gold.
Okay.
He will go behind the counter, open up a little lockbox, get you your change.
No change. This is just in case we need it for more than one day. We don't know how long we're gonna take.
Oh, well, how we do it is you come back, you drop the boat off, and then you can come back and rent it again next morning. Is how we run things here. You don't just pay for up front. It's a kind of a first come first serve thing here. We don't have boats for everyone in the town. So
Right.
So he goes back and he takes out the 8 silver, hands it back to you. We do have a contract for you all to sign that you acknowledge that if you have a boat that is destroyed or damaged in any way, you will be paying the repairs and the cost of the boat. We would like to sign.
Have you been losing a lot of boats because of the people that have been going missing?
Sadly, yes. And since those people have been going missing, we haven't been reimbursed for those boats either. So hopefully you can understand why we're so cautious.
I'll sign.
Just need to protect our property.
Thank you.
I'll sign.
Okay. Well, we only needed 1 signature, but sure, all of you all can sign if you like.
I'm not signing.
Okay.
Beckett's not signing.
I didn't know it was signed over to one person. I don't know. People put papers in front of me all the time. They always just want to put my name on it.
So, after the signature,
What, my
he goes and puts the the paperwork over in like a little filing cabinet that they have. And if you'll follow me, I'll take you to your boat. And he leads you down to the dock area of this building. And then they lead you out of a door and down a few sets of stairs to the docks themselves, where he leads you over to a medium-sized boat that looks like it would be the size and for your group that looks like it will go relatively well. You can actually see some of the smaller boats, and it definitely would not fit all of you. It looks like most smaller boats are for like 3, maybe 4 people at most, and then these medium-sized look like they could probably fit about maybe 6, 7 if they're smaller individuals. So with everybody in your group, it's actually kind of pushing it with Saren and some of the bigger individuals in this group. So yeah, it's gonna be a tight fit for a little while. But you all are led to the boat. Just bring it back here at one, please, and we'll see you when you return. And he starts to walk away from you all, leaving you all to your business.
Is it like, does it have a, do you row it?
Yes, it's a row. It has paddles on the side, and then it also has one of those like gondola sticks kind of thing on the back, so where you can push too if you like to steer and stuff like that. So, who would like to take the point of like steering the boat?
Not me. I'm not strong.
Is steering like something that just is like pure muscle, or does it like require like an understanding of like the pathways of water?
This will be a water vehicles check. So, oh god. Hello? I froze. Did you still hear me? Hello?
Yeah, water vehicles check.
Gotcha. Water vehicles check?
I froze. Yes, it would be a water vehicles check for the person steering.
You know what? I'll do it, you guys. I'll do it.
Okay.
I don't have proficiency, but I'll do it.
So this is going to be we'll say a strength or dexterity check.
What?
For steering the boat.
Hey, I dropped my dice on the ground and it rolled a 20. Does that count?
Did you mean to roll it?
No.
Then no. I'm sorry.
Okay. Then I'll roll the green one.
Don't worry, here comes another one. Right now.
I'm not even kidding. I literally just did. I literally
Well,
everyone say thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, Dylan.
Tremayne is actually a really skilled person to steer a boat, surprisingly.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Brilliant.
I have a +4 to strength, so it's a 24 total.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so Tremayne does quite a well job of getting the boat out of the dock and starts steering down some of these pathways. So, how we're going to do this is there's multiple different pathways that you can take here. Now, I will have someone that is going to be the person that keeps an eye out to see if the water's shallow enough or deep enough for traversing with the boat. There will also be a survival check to make sure that you're not running into any kind of, deadly creatures or anything like that.
I can do that survival check.
I can do the perception.
So useless.
Okay.
I can do the perception.
I look cute for all the gators.
So that means that Reksha and Reksha and Dumka are the ones paddling.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I can do that. I can do that. I roll up my sleeves a little bit. I can do that.
I'm gonna use the druid cat die. So we're in the marsh.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
I rolled a 21.
I
for
keep freezing.
survival.
I didn't hear anything anybody said. Okay. Cool.
I rolled a 21 for survival.
I forgot we were rolling.
Gotcha.
My paddling is a dirty 20.
Okay. And you all, for the paddling, you all can use athletics if you would like.
Dirty 20.
My paddling is a 22.
Oh, strong boy.
25 perception.
Not a single person under 20 for their roll.
Woo!
Snap.
Awesome.
snap.
I froze again, but everybody above 20, that works out. I
Derek's
don't know
like,
what's
"Damn,
going
I
on
guess
with my
I can-"
internet.
Derek's like, y'all roll above a 20? Guess the creature has a CR of 22.
So, talk amongst yourselves for a second. My internet keeps going in and out real fast.
We
I
can do a quick break if you want.
Yeah,
will
we can do a
be
quick break.
right back.
Yeah.
Alright, guys,
Yeah,
we're
we'll
going
be
to
right
a
back,
quick
guys.
break while Derek
Bye.
figures out his internet stuff. BRB, hang tight. We love you. Bye. We're back.
All right. Hopefully, technical difficulties are solved, and I don't freeze anymore. Sorry about that. So everybody rolled over 20, correct, on the checks for the assigned things. Okay. So what was the survival and the perception? Just so I know.
Survival was 21.
Okay.
25, I believe.
Gotcha. Okay. So you all start rowing and guiding your way down these some wider canals of water, and Oath being a relatively nice city that you all have seen so far, clean, people seem to be nice from your encounters with them so far. The marsh and surrounding foliage and waterways are not as pleasant to be in. There is definitely a smell of decay from different creatures, from different plants, fungus. Some of these smells are definitely a new scent to some of you. So, may be pleasant, may not be pleasant, depending on your characters. But as you're continuing your way down these waterways, you're keeping your eye out for any signs of these diamonds, any signs of people that may be lost or forgotten out here. Also keeping an eye out for any of the herbs or plants that Agatha has told you about. And throughout the day, you spend a good 4 or 5 hours not finding much. You do find here and there some of the plant life that Agatha wanted you to collect, so you collect those. And a lot of the common things that she wanted is very easy to find. They're plentiful out here. The one thing that is, which was marked on your map, would you make your way towards that area as you're searching for the willow shade? Correct. Would you it's the willow shade plant that's made into oil?
Yeah.
Would you make your way towards that area that's marked on your map, or would you just kind of explore this first day and kind of do whatever?
Personally, I think that we should make that number two, like after we finish figuring out what's going on with the diamonds and stuff, if we feel like we're able going to that area to see.
Okay,
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All these people are going missing, but Miss Agatha's willow shade oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Look, if this was like Skyrim, we'd do literally everything
All the
but
side
the
quests
diamond
first.
thing.
Yeah, everything first.
Maybe Mr. Mori really cares about plants.
That is definitely his MO. He's definitely like a big nature god. I know.
Loves
I go to
it.
church.
Super into willow shade oil.
Loves it.
So you all can, someone can mark this down if they like, that you all found the Olasuba leaves, some Murosa plant that helps. It's kind of like aloe a little bit. That helps with the sunburn, and the thicky root. I'm saying that wrong, but
Maybe
I get that. Ooh,
it's a very thick root.
Look.
It's just like a plum.
Yeah, it's very.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, it's fine. No,
Get that. Miss Thicky.
It's
yeah.
canon!
Thicky root.
Sticky root. I love it. It's so much better. You made it so much better.
Wow.
I mean, it is this thick marsh root, you know?
Dumka.
it is a thick marsh root, so yeah.
Dumka looks at it and he's like, it's not that thick.
But you all found basically 3 of the 4 that Agatha wanted, so someone can write
not
that
bad.
down to
Oh.
deliver back to
I've
her.
got
if you
it
want.
written down.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
But you spent a good 4 or 5 hours out here just kind of going down these waterways. You've stayed clear of some alligators that you all have seen on the shoreline. And you remember Agatha saying that as long as you don't bother them, they tend to leave people alone. So you stayed went over to the other side of the streams, and is Dimpy gonna try and poke one?
No.
I make
on this
sure
boat would
to,
let me.
I make sure to tell Saren to leave them alone.
If I'm rowing, I can't poke anything anyway.
Yeah.
Don't do it, Sarah. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
So we'll kind of look up
pick a
at
fight.
you, and then look back at the alligator that she sees over there. Looks back at you. Fine.
He probably doesn't say what she said to anybody, but he probably, as with talking to her, then chuckles to himself a little.
We should make sure that our little critters don't go anywhere either. Those little flying bird-sized things, they're just gonna...
she's staying firmly on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you are grounded. You are not
I-
flying here.
Keep an eye out for something sparkly around. Say a
I
diamond.
was just about to get to that. Yes, with the perception check that Zach had for this journey, about 6 hours into your journey, you start to think that it might be time to turn back for the day. I mean, you did set out relatively early, so it depends on how long you want to stay out on the water.
Zach does not want to go back in. He's
Beckett,
like, I don't.
He's probably leaning against the side of the boat, like, don't go over there.
Okay.
There's a thing over there. He's really bored at this point.
Dumka's just like, it is so hot. It's like not hot. I'm from a desert.
Yeah.
I'm from a desert, but like this is a different. I don't like it. This is
Dry
wet.
heat versus humidity.
This is wet hot. I don't like wet hot.
No.
Take a desert
the worst.
any day of the week. Oh my
But-
goodness! How's Tremayne wearing armor in this? Like,
Beckett with his black leather armor.
like,
Yes, thick enough to drink.
like he's hot and he's literally just wearing like a shirt. Like I don't wear armor. Ugh.
But yeah, you probably set out around 10 in the morning, so 6 hours into your journey. You actually Zach, something catches your eye off of one of the banks
Sparkly.
nearby. You see a small glimmer that seems like a light ray catches it and shines, and you notice this small little object over on the bank of the waterway here.
Hey, Beckett, you see that?
What?
Well,
As that comes out, you see it too.
Look over. Yeah, do you think that's what we're looking for?
okay.
Maybe. We should be careful if we're going to approach it, though. If people are going missing, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it seems like a trap. Let's check it out, though.
Seems like a trap. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like a good trap.
Yeah, let's
Are you-
steer near it.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye out for anything that might be like coming out.
okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me and hold on to what it is. So you're staring closer to the shining object and this looks like it's just underneath the water line.
Mm.
But you all are about 5 feet away from it.
Would someone?
As you look down, it looks like it's not deep enough to where you wouldn't be able to reach it if you reach down from the boat. You could, however, get off the boat and go to the shore too. It's about the same distance.
Would someone like to reach? I have a mage hand, but if someone really wants to just shove their arm in there, I'm totally fine with observing.
Well, I mean, now that you mentioned that you have a mage hand, I will control my urges.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I just do a little bit of magic mumbo jumbo over the surface of the water, and then make a little hand just bloop, down into the water and try and claw machine this thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, the water's distorting it. Hold on, I need to move my mage.
After the second try with this claw machine, you are able to pluck it out of the water and bring it back to you. And you have this, actually, not a bad-sized diamond just sitting in your mage hand. It looks uncut. Just this nice-sized diamond sitting in your mage hand. Reksha, what was your perception check?
17.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
I mean,
That
seemed a little bit too easy.
Right, but like, I mean, I know we're not looking for the diamonds, but if we just happen to like find one, and it needs a home, like.
I mean, I know it seems easy, but like, aren't they normally from like, don't you normally just don't go into a cave and do this? Is it, I don't know.
Well, I say it seems. Go ahead, Griff.
I was just going to ask if I could see it.
Actually, bit of geological lore. No, you don't just walk into a cave and find it. They have to mine very deep to get those. And I feel like it's fair that I know that because I'm an Earth Genasi, and I feel like I just know.
Yeah. Makes sense. So you hand Reksha the diamond?
Yes.
Alright, so I want you to be honest with me real fast, Reksha.
Mm-hmm.
Do you wear gloves?
I think in your art.
If I'm wearing my armor, I wear gloves.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
you have
pretty sure I
gauntlets.
went out. Yeah, I have gauntlets on my armor. If I wasn't wearing my armor, then no.
Oh, you have this diamond in your hand.
I don't like that question. That's a loaded question.
Right? I mean, that just only helps me with what I was about to do. I was going to sit down and start casting, like ritual casting, Identify.
There you
Okay.
go.
So you're gonna spend the 10 minutes to cast it?
Yep, he basically just kind of goes over to his little corner in the boat and he just kind of like sits cross-legged with the diamond in his hand and stares at it.
Well, I'm sure that if there was one diamond, that means that there are other diamonds nearby. So I will do a little.
I'm gonna be looking
Okay.
for movement because this seemed too easy.
Sure.
Into the thick
Go
of
ahead. Make another perception check, each of you.
I-
Reksha, with your 17, you did not see any kind of tracks or any kind of It didn't look like this was placed here by somebody. With when you were looking around the area, you didn't see any movement currently when you were looking.
Okay.
Well, Tremayne,
Going off of that, if would Reksha like share that information?
Yeah, I was about to say, he's kind of just like holding it and it's like floating with like this smoke bubble going around it right now, and he's just gonna say, not to say that this wasn't a trick or a trap, but I did not notice anything in the surrounding marsh that would suggest that it was purposely put here.
Can I, going off of that, try to like go to the spot where it got pulled out and well, hold on. First of all, how deep is the water here? Let me be smart about this.
If you're jumping off the boat towards the shore, it's only maybe about 5 feet deep.
Okay, yeah, I'll take off I probably took off some of my armor to do all of this, but I'll jump in there and I want to go over there and look, and is there like a hole in the dirt or like somewhere that it seems like it could have naturally like been ejected to the surface from?
You can either make an investigation check or survival for that.
Oh, what if it's
Survival's
like the
-2,
bulb of
so-
what if it's like the bulb of a plant?
Yeah, like did it come out of the earth or did it come out of like
Like vine.
something else?
Perception checks for 2 people, keeping an eye out for enemies and also
17.
Okay.
14.
I got an 18.
14.
18. Okay, so Beckett, what were you looking for? Were you looking for signs of
When
movement? Or...
when Reksha said that he didn't see that there had been any like signs of people being here or planting it here, I'm a little more, at least he believes he is a little more made to notice those sorts of things, so I'm just taking a second peek.
Okay.
Like you're looking for signs of civilization. Well, not civilization, but that there were people.
Yeah, like maybe if this wasn't naturally if this was left here by somebody, or if maybe there are animal tracks nearby, because you never know, maybe there are certain animals that are attracted to them or something that might be able to give us some sort of information on that kind of thing.
Big crow or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Dumka, you actually see about 15 feet more, like farther down the riverbank here, that there seems to be another diamond that catches your eye from the sun hitting it.
Ooh, wait, hold on. I think there's another one. Mage hand, go! Because I can't... Because Reksha is the other person. Reksha is much stronger than me. I can't row the boat on my own, so Mage hand, go!
Yeah, you send out your mage hand and it comes out of the soil, just like really easy.
Woo!
Bring it back to you. You rolled a 14 for the perception. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't see any movement when you all interact with these diamonds. And again, it doesn't, as Dumka sends out his mage hand, look over in that direction. Again, it doesn't seem like there's any signs that it's been placed there.
Okay.
There's no
I just
tracks.
wanted to double check.
Yeah. And you get the sense, especially you, Beckett, being from like the wilderness, the soil is very muddy. So if someone was like a normal person would make footsteps, like they were footprints. This would be very hard to conceal footprints here.
How?
Dumka, you bring that diamond back, and Tremayne, you're down looking at the little pocket that this first diamond was pulled out from. You get down there, I'm assuming you're gonna put your hands down to feel to see if there's like a hole that it goes down. You feel around, and it does not seem like this is like it shot up from anything, unless the hole filled in with the soil as it came up, which is a possibility. But there is no like tunnel that would head deeper into the earth here. Was there anything else that you were looking for?
I'll go back and report that.
How much does this diamond look like it's worth monetary wise? I know they're not cut, but are they like pretty big?
They are a decent size. I mean, they're probably about that big or so.
Ooh. Yeah.
So, you get just from a like first glance, which you know gemstones. You would assume that once this was cut, if the person doing the cutting of the diamond did a good job, probably be worth between 30 and 50 gold. And the same with the diamond that Reksha is also checking.
Plopping that one in my bag.
Okay.
Just to drop
the mage hand?
Probably would just drop it in so that...
Oh. Is anybody else doing anything while Reksha is spending the 10 minutes to do this ritual? Or is that what everybody's doing during the downtime?
I rolled that 14 for movement, so yeah, he doesn't see much.
Okay. So, Reksha, I am going to send you a handout. This indeed seems to be a magical item.
Oh, that's not a nice name. Okay.
Dumka's whistling to the music that we're hearing right now.
Oh, after a while, the diamond will sort of like, there's gonna be like a pop from the smoke bubble, and it would kind of just drop to the ground, and Reksha will like immediately grab it, and will point over and be like, don't touch these diamonds to your skin.
Why?
Why not? I want to touch one.
It's not a diamond, it is a blood siphon. As soon as you touch it to your skin, it will attach and start draining you of your blood.
Wow, okay then.
What?
It looks like a Hold on!
Can you take it?
Wait.
Can you take it off?
you would have to be very strong. So Tremayne, you could probably remove it. Zach, I do not think you could remove it.
All right, I take a step back away from the diamond.
I mean, but you could still sell it as a diamond, right? I mean, it looks.
Brother.
You'd want to sell it at other
No.
people's expense?
No.
I'm sure you could.
Listen to
I'm sure
yourself.
you could sell it to people who are looking for blood siphons for whatever
Well, but who
dirty,
looks for
Various
low down
reason, yeah.
reason.
How much are blood siphons
who would
worth?
need a blood siphon? Like who would need that? Who has a use for that?
I don't know. People who need to not have as much blood. I don't know.
We're not selling these, and it is very concerning that they're popping up in the middle of the marshes to begin with.
Do you know
Especially,
Do you know anything about them? Are they a natural occurrence, or are they something that people are leaving here?
They look like rocks.
looks to DM.
You can either make a Arcana check
Okay.
or a History check.
Okay, same for both. Same
Yeah.
for both. 18 because I rolled a natural 17 plus 1.
Are you which skill are you using?
I'm using probably Arcana.
So, thinking back on, you have heard of things like this before. This is definitely not a natural occurrence. This is
Yeah.
manufactured. Someone has to make one of these
Yeah.
in order
Okay.
for them to exist.
Yeah, these have to be made. They don't just pop up naturally.
Are they made by a wizard? Are they made by an alchemist? Are they made by an herbalist? And an artificer? Is there a specific kind of individual that makes these?
You would know typically anybody with an arcane affinity could make these, but most often than not, these are made by people that use some sort of necromancy.
Necromancers more often than not.
I don't
Oh,
like
ew.
the sound of that.
Yes.
That sounds
Alright, so-
lovely.
Okay, so
So is it safe to assume that most, if not all, of the people that are missing are probably dead then, yeah?
That would be
Is it-
my guess.
I mean, does it take all of their blood?
Yeah, like
Yes, it drains you of all of your blood until you die.
yeah, but how does
Then
all
why-
of that blood fit into this? That's very small.
You do not have as much blood as you think you do.
I kind of just want to see
That-
what happens.
I just
Feels vaguely like a threat.
I mean, I know that there's a lot of animals and things here, but is it really likely then that there's been no evidence of bodies? That seems a little bit
People
strange.
have been going missing. There's no body to find if the bodies have been taken.
Right, and if they're being drained of
There's
all their
no
blood,
s-
then a lot of the evidence that would be left from an attack is drained.
Yes, there's no struggle because they weren't struggling. So,
Can you tell if it happens?
But
like,
Tremayne, about your
immediately?
bait idea.
Does it? Yeah, does it just like happen immediately? Like, is it just like touch and then you'll just troop, or is it like over time?
it's pretty immediate. You in game, I don't know how much blood 10 HP is, but you lose 10 HP every 6 seconds until you drop to 0.
Okay, so it
So
kills
I
fighters
would
immediately.
die in a
Yeah.
minute, basically.
I posted the link in the lore if anybody actually wanted to read it, since Reksha
I
explained it
can't
all.
click it because
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah, that's
producing.
I can screenshot it for you, BB.
Thanks. It won't open on my
Oh,
phone, so
That's okay. I'll
Well-
screenshot it for you.
Okay, so
but like, what if we just
so
like?
someone is taking bodies.
Oh,
Well, what does a necromancer do that someone that does magic?
Necromancers are people whose magic specializes in the control and of undead. and the creation of negative energy. If you've heard of a zombie or skeleton or ghost,
I mean,
or anything of that nature,
well, like the things that we fought on our way here when we went through the plum groves.
those are plants.
No,
They're
there
similar,
were people with
They-
plants growing out of them.
The plants attached to the people and made the people undead. It's a little bit more
I
complicated.
mean,
But I'm just saying, a zombie's a zombie.
so once it drains somebody of their life force, in order to like, it's just you have to like. Am I allowed? Do I know it's? You have to break it, right?
Yeah, you have to find some way of breaking the diamond.
Should we try to see how to break this? So in case we need to know that information, because that seems like an important part of like this. Is like, can I just like, or is it like really hard?
I mean,
to break?
try hitting it.
Okay.
If anyone can do it, probably be you.
Well, I make sure I have a gauntlet on. May I have it?
I can hold it with the mage hand, and you can just pinata.
Okay.
Well, you
I-
want to use both hands, right?
Well, yeah. I was gonna put it on a rock and just try to smash it
Oh.
on the rock, but
I'll hold it with the mage hand for you.
I am gonna try
So go ahead and make an attack roll.
to hit it with my +1 sword, and I'm gonna use the big
It
die.
sucks all the blood out of your sword.
No, Penelope, she was alive this whole time.
No.
Uh-oh. That's a 12 to hit.
Yeah, I mean, as long as Dumka's not trying to move it, you're gonna hit it.
Oh. No, I would no. Smack it.
Go ahead and roll damage for me.
Ooh. Oh, and I reroll ones. Ooh. 14 slashing damage. Oh, your mage
Yeah.
hand is like gone.
So you make a well-placed strike with your greatsword, and you hear this ching as it makes contact with the diamond. The mage hand drops because the sword also would hit the mage hand, and the mage hand only has a couple hit points, right?
I was like, I think it has 1 hit point.
I don't
Yeah.
think a mage hand even has hit points.
Oh well, then never mind. It stays up, and it's still holding
It's
the
just
diamond.
rolling.
Yeah.
But as Dumka, you bring the diamond back to look at it, it's still intact, but you can definitely see that this strike that Tremayne made left a decent-sized gash in it.
I think maybe like another one of those would probably get through it. Okay, so you just hit it really hard.
Okay, yeah, so we know how to break it in case any of us accidentally, like, one of them flies at our heads and then it gets stuck to us and then we die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Reksha's going to pocket the one that he cast an identify on. He's going to put it in a bag separate from his other bags.
Okay.
Do you have something
Good
living in
to
your
know.
other bags?
No. I just don't want to grab it by accident when I'm looking for cooking supplies, because that would be terrible.
I'll put the
Nice.
damaged one back in my bag though. I
So,
want to see if it regenerates.
so what is necromancy again? Could you describe it to me again?
Control of negative energy, and most commonly applicated towards raising of undead.
What do you mean by negative energy?
When you heal someone, you give them positive energy, and that allows their wounds to close up. I would describe necromancy as being the opposite.
But isn't healing magic considered necromancy?
Not in 5th edition.
I'm looking at Revivify right now. It's a necromancy spell.
Well, bringing people back from the dead, yes, but like cure wounds, like he's saying, no.
Yeah, bringing people back from the dead is necromancy, because you
I-
are...
I was just wondering because you're making it sound entirely evil. Is all.
Oh, no, there are definitely positive aspects to the application of necromancy in certain cases, but unfortunately it has a history of being misused.
I know a few individuals back from home who use it in a more positive way.
I use it in a more positive way. And he kind of like moves the fluff aside and jingles the diamonds. Just in case.
Don't get those mixed. Don't mix those up.
Do not worry.
That was
That's why I put it in a separate bag.
That would be very bad.
Revivify slaps a blood siphon on a body. Alright, well,
Now
so
Where do
we
we
still
think-
need.
the people went. Because here's the thing, if you were with a group of people and this happened, you would immediately know something was wrong when they touched it and they just like dropped dead. But didn't they say that like people who had gone out alone,
Were the ones that were going missing.
so they just probably fell right into the water and then something happened.
That's what it sounds like.
But that still leaves an entire swamp of one or more really messed up people, to be honest.
I think at this rate, we just keep looking for them, taking them out, so there's less likely a chance for someone else to find them, and destroy as many as we find.
The difficult part is that they keep popping up.
Someone's putting them here.
And it took us 6
Yeah.
hours to find two. And didn't like 40 people go missing so far in 2 months?
I think he said
Yeah.
20.
20 is...
Like-
Yeah, it's not 20.
Okay. Yeah, 20
don't-
people have gone missing so far, so I feel like we could not find them as fast as they are taking people out.
And if there's a chance that if they're popping up like this, then they are aimed at people who are more vulnerable to being taken.
So if 20 people have gone missing in the last couple of months, why hasn't the Marquis discontinued all travel into the swamps until this problem was solved?
From what I understand, they already normally have to handle a bunch of people coming in for
Healing
Pilgrimage?
herbs?
pilgrimages,
Pilgrimages.
and the Marquis just does not seem to have enough guardsmen to enforce the entire swamp.
Not to
Like, maybe
mention,
what-
yeah,
I suppose that's fair.
and not to mention, most of the people who are going missing are out of towners who possibly wouldn't care regardless.
Yeah, if you hear about an
Yeah.
adventurer going on an adventure and not coming back, I think that's kind of usually assumed to be their own fault.
Yeah, not adhering to curfews that don't apply to them.
Now that we know what these diamonds really are, though, we would probably have a better time trying to sway people into staying away from the marshes for the time being.
So do you think we should go back and try to report this, tell as many people that they're not actually diamonds, and then are we going to try to look for signs of necromancy? Like, how do we want to find the people who are gone? I'm just saying, someone could be bait.
I think that unless we find another lead while we're out here, returning back to tell people about the diamonds is probably a good call.
Don't we need to return the boat this evening anyway?
Ugh,
Oh yeah, that guy was.
I know.
so stupid.
I mean,
Alright. I'm
I'm
that's a fair
not jumping
point,
at the
Reksha.
chance of camping out here yet. Anyway,
No, it's a fair point. I mean, the sooner the people know, the better. Right?
that saves the most lives up front. Is
Right.
convincing
It
them
stops
to
the people
stop
that are
going.
already still in town from going back out.
Yeah.
And then we can come up with a plan. Perhaps get ourselves supplied up even more
Right.
before heading back out again, now that we have at least some sort of idea of what's going on here, even if we don't know who's doing it.
I'm hoping we don't need to make a live demonstration to sway these people into not going after the diamonds.
That would
sort
be
of
ideal.
unpleasant.
Well, if we do, I'll make sure that we pull it off of whoever's going on. I'm pretty strong. If we needed to put it on me for like 1 second, we could do it, and then I can just take it off.
Maybe 2.
Maybe 2 seconds.
All right. So, plan is to head back to town now, or are you going to stay out here looking for a little bit more and then go back more when the sun starts to set?
So it's like,
Let's keep. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's like is it like mid-afternoon now? Like it's been like 6
It's
hours.
probably
so
yeah. It's
probably
been about
4
6 hours
o'clock.
since yeah.
Do we want to?
Have we been kind of going in circles for 6 hours, or are we like 6 hours away?
I don't know. Tremayne, you were the one steering. How would you have done it?
Well, I wasn't the one navigating. I mean, I was going wherever the people looking out.
I guess
told me
true.
to
Yeah.
go.
So Beckett, you were the
Beckett
one leading them technically.
I don't think we would have been trying to go as far as possible. I think we
As
were
far
just
as-
trying.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's
so
not how you
This is a
establish
radius,
we'll say,
right?
we'll say you're probably about maybe 2 hours from the docks. So
Yeah, that
it's
makes
just
sense. I
a
feel
lot of like
we were,
weaving in and out.
sweeping.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
thankfully the
'cause we're, like-
waterway is kind of like a maze of the waterways where
Yeah.
you might accidentally go into like a dead end, have to turn around. You know.
Yeah,
I
I
like
feel
a-
like we've been kind of going how you mow a lawn, just like sweeping
Yeah.
it back and
Serpentine.
forth.
Beckett's on my level. That's exactly how I was looking at it.
Yeah, because like also if there's like crocodiles and stuff like that, then like I don't think it would have been as easy as just going straight out anyway. Like we would have been inevitably
Mhm.
getting pushed around.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll
So,
go back then.
What, we'll stay out like another hour looking for anything else and then go back?
And
Yeah.
then look while we're on our way back too.
Look on
Yeah,
our
and
way
look
back,
on
yeah.
our way back. Yeah.
So spend technically another 3 hours out here,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
okay. So who wants to make the perception check for me?
I'll do it.
Of course, if someone wants to give advantage, they can.
I feel like I can't give
Um,
advantage because of how bad
I
I
am-
But yeah, it'd probably be
I'm
Beckett giving
navigating.
advantage,
Yeah, I mean, since I'm navigating and like
Yeah.
keeping an eye out for
or
like,
rolling
Alright.
separately. It's up to you all.
go ahead and roll with advantage. You probably have better perception than I do.
7.
I have a 6,
Okay.
so
Ooh, that's pretty good. 13 and a 17 plus 7, so
24.
24.
All right.
nice.
I can math.
So, making your ways back through these, gonna have to try and find a different word to say.
No, don't.
Yeah, so as you're moving forward through these waterways, you come across a few other people basically making their way back into the docks also. And
Can we
they
say we
wave-
warn those people
Yes.
Sure, if you want to, yeah.
when we see them?
These individuals look like they're locals and look like they were out gathering different kinds of things like fishing, some herbs, that kind of thing. So they technically weren't looking for the diamonds, but they appreciate the information.
Even if they came across them and accidentally touched them, I'd rather they know than
Yeah, work
assume
gloves.
that they were doing something else.
When we pull back in, Dumka goes, "Oh my goodness, everyone! I totally, I have bad memory. I forgot. We were going to. I said that I told the Marquis that we might all talk to him about how we can help him with this problem, but we've already made progress. So, you
So
know,
you're supposed to meet him in the town square this morning.
Well,
we were supposed to meet him.
I also
gotta,
forgot.
oh no.
We both kind of forgot. But you know what? Now we can show up with evidence that we're already helping, so we can negotiate a higher rate. Because he was going to hopefully pay us to help, but we just went right on to it.
I completely
I'm
forgot. I
sorry.
completely forgot about that.
Wowie.
He was sitting there in the square waiting for us.
Well, hopefully now we seem like go-getters rather than someone who jumped off on a meeting.
I just got so distracted by Agatha's wonderful cooking.
Is Reksha mad? That's stupid.
Reksha's not mad. He doesn't say anything though.
Yeah, so
Zach is not surprised.
yeah, it's on brand for Dumka to forget.
But
so.
it's so endearing because the way he spins it. Yeah, but we're go-getters though, and he's like, "All right, brother, all right, I see you."
Go get her.
So endearing.
We're professional mercenaries.
On your way back, you talk to these individuals on another boat, and you eventually make it back to the docks. You dock your boat. As you pull in, someone is waiting there to grab the rope that's attached to the front of it and ties it onto the docks, and will help you all out if you need it. But you make your way back through the building. The individual standing at the front desk will wave. You need another boat tomorrow? You know
Yes.
where we'll be.
We will. So we shall see you tomorrow.
Well, have a good night. He will give a small bow. And,
Excuse me.
yes.
You know, where is Lady
Ravenosa?
Ravenosa? I figured that maybe we would see her either coming in or going out, but
She is, I think she is in her office currently. Is there something you would like me to relay to her?
just I don't want to bother her. You know, if the Iron Line, the mercenaries that were talking to the Marquis have been we've passed through. So if she wants to speak with us tomorrow at all, but I'm not going to bother her.
I will relay the information. You all have a good night. You exit through the door. And what would you all like to do?
We're gonna go look for the marquise, or are we gonna just go into the middle of, like, where all the tents are?
As we look for the Marquis.
I think that we should tell the Marquis. The Marquis can tell the guard, and they'll trust him more than us.
Alright.
I hope.
We'll see. It didn't seem to be
Oh,
very.
It didn't seem to be very convincing.
They were rightfully angry with him because people keep on going missing. But maybe now he can be like, hey, look, it is good that you didn't go out for those diamonds anyway. You would have died a horrible, bloodless death.
Okay,
That's a
let's
good
go
one.
find him then.
You,
So-
Mr. Marquis.
In which direction would you all head first?
Least.
Going back to the going back to like the town square where the temples were, or
I don't know where the Marquis lives.
I would imagine because we learned there's like the business quarter, which is the like Stark Docks, the residential, which is the Red Washes, the churches are in the Appa Fields, and I want to say that that's. I don't know. I would say if there's bigger houses or nicer houses in the Red Washes, that his actual house is there, but I don't know.
Well, you can, as you're walking through the city, if you want, you could ask for some of the Zalezo information about the whereabouts of the Marquis, if you would like.
Before I
Or-
start throwing message spells every which direction until I pick up on them, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you'll pull over a Zalezo and talk with them for a second, and this individual will say that, well, the Marquis typically gives at least since what's been happening, has been giving a nightly update in the town square. I think he should still be there.
Helpful.
So, you as you pat this guard, he thank you. Gives you a pat back. This individual looks a little awkward and like doesn't really know what to do with the pats that you have given him. But you all make your way to the town square, and indeed the Marquis is still standing there up on his little stage and talking to a smaller crowd today, but still a decent sized crowd. And as you all walk up, he's in the middle of his like same speech of like reassuring the people that we are trying to get to the bottom of this. We are actually in the process of maybe hiring a mercenary company to take this job under their belt. And as he's explaining all this, he actually sees you all approach and is like, "Oh, and here they are now." And he kind of like waves to you all. These nice individuals, I think, have agreed to help us in our time of need. And he just looks down at you all and like smiles and like nods.
We are the Iron Line.
Steps in front of
the
Beck a
Iron
little
Line.
bit, so he's like not facing everyone.
Thank you.
Well, I think that is all the information we have for tonight. Please stop by. Yes? Looks like the Iron Line has some information for us. Feel free.
This is
Go
probably
for it.
the best setting.
Go.
Yeah.
Reksha, you understood all of it. You explain it.
Oh gosh.
Or whisper it to me and then I will dramatize it. But keep it accurate.
I'm not sure if there's a better way to dramatize evil rocks that suck your blood.
What he said. They're evil rocks that suck your blood. The diamonds, that is. The diamonds.
Yeah, well, not
The
really.
crowd-
diamonds.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Right.
no.
I have a -1 to this.
The crowd is just kind of...
Can I help him?
What do you say to help?
What I just said. The diamonds are rocks that drain your blood. We
We
found some.
gotta put one on and just show them.
No.
I would say that does not give advantage, unfortunately.
Could
You'll
I
die.
say- Could I say
Oh.
they're not really diamonds? They're magical items in disguise.
Well, I don't think I need advantage because I rolled a natural 18. -1 is 17.
Okay. So at first, the group of people that are standing around kind of like look back and forth between each other, and then look up to you like you're crazy at first. The Marquise also kind of looks over at you like, "What?" Like,
Reksha
as you go into more detail about it, and you actually pull out one of these diamonds, they start to believe and listen to you more and more, and the look of disbelief starts to leave their faces, and you see them start talking with each other. And which most of these people seem to be native to this town. Like, you see a few like adventurer looking folk in the back, but most of them seem to be townspeople. But you start whispering back and forth, and you hear a few people say, "See, I knew they were too good to be true. Someone's trying to kill off us for some reason." A few people like start speaking that kind of back and forth to each other. The Marquise kind of comes over to you all and says more of a husher tone, "Are you sure that's what these diamonds are?"
I am absolutely positive. I don't know who or what could be doing this just yet, but I know what these are, and I know what kind of harm they can do.
As you say that to him, 1 second. So, again, I think this reassures that we should not be going out and looking for these diamonds. So, if you see them while you are out in the Oathmoors, please do not touch them, and just go about your own business of what you were doing out there in the first place. Thank you. Was there any other information that you all wanted to share before everybody goes about their business for the night?
Beckett will lean forward and say, maybe reassure them that we're going to get to the bottom of the problem so we don't cause a
We're going to get to the bottom of this problem, so there is no need to panic.
There you go.
Thumbs up.
And I would just encourage the fishermen to wear gloves at all times, just in case.
Always wear gloves because it needs to have contact with your little fleshy bits.
One of the adventurers in the back, individual that has looks like some scale mail and a helmet underneath their arm, speaks up. So what you're saying is we can touch these things with gloves and they will not have any detrimental effects to us?
If it even brushes against your skin, you are going to be dead in under a minute. Just don't touch them.
They're not
Thank you for
actually
the information.
diamonds. You don't even. They're not worth anything. You don't have to touch them.
This individual, after asking the questions, just kind of turns away and starts walking back to the tents.
Okay.
Perfect.
I mean, like seriously, if someone like approached you in an alleyway and said like, "I've got the rare gems," like you wouldn't trust that either. Like, come on, common sense, people. I wish they were real.
The crowd slowly disperses, and you can hear the muttering of individuals talking about this new information as they make their ways back to their houses and probably to a few different taverns to have dinner. But you were standing there with the Marquise, and as everybody disperses, he turns around to you all. So, we must have missed each other this morning, but I like to thank you for finding out this information today. I'm glad someone is finally finding something out, and hopefully you can put a stop to this, as you said.
Yeah, we were just so beside ourselves. We barely slept thinking about all these people that have gone missing, so we just felt like it was way more important to just get out there this morning, bright and early.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. Well, what is your going rate that you normally charge for something like this? Maybe we can come to some kind of agreement. Of course, I don't want you to go unpaid.
Guys, did we decide how much we wanted to ask for this?
Is it okay if we talk outside of character for a second?
Of course.
You go first.
No, go ahead. I just
I was just going to say, Reksha is not doing this at all for money, so he wasn't even thinking about it.
Right.
What if we... Because I'm trying to think of this in terms of we're working multiple days on this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So maybe a per day going rate.
Mm-hmm. And then
We
maybe
definitely worked for like 9 hours today.
And then maybe a bonus if we can find the culprit specifically and stop them. So like maybe
What numbers are?
250 a day and an extra bonus of 1,000 if we actually get the culprit.
I think that's a good starting place. I think he's gonna think that's too steep.
Especially because it's a really small town.
Yeah, that's my thought.
It
also, like,
has
if we just-
several churches that everyone around the Menagerie Coast comes to pilgrimage to.
That's
True.
true.
That's true.
That's true.
I
We
mean,
have a lot of donations coming in, probably.
what is the work that is being done per day that is separate from like catching the culprits though? That's like, is that like finding diamonds and trying to like protect people from them out there?
That's finding diamonds, recovering people if we find bodies, rescuing people if they're somehow alive.
So instead of a bonus if we find them, because I think finding them is like the goal. I think that's what we need to be doing, but maybe we should a per head if we find people. If we can recover bodies.
Per head to find people, bonus if we catch the person who did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You could treat it like a video game fetch quest of this many for people that we return, this many for diamonds that we destroy, which saves people.
Yeah.
We would need to find some way. We would need to find some way to prove that we're destroying the diamonds.
We would bring them in and destroy
Bring
them.
them in and destroy them in front of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get a diamond bag and then
Yeah.
So how about Gosh, I hate negotiating in D&D.
I know.
50 per diamond destroyed, 100 for every person brought back. 500 if we bring him the person that's been doing this.
On top of 100 gold per person per day? Or 150
Listen,
maybe?
if we go too big, the worst that's gonna happen is that he says that's too much, and we have to
True,
negotiate
we could
down.
start high and go down.
Yeah.
Start high and then go low, yeah.
Okay. So
It's just like in Waterdeep. If we ask for 500,000 dragons, we will probably get some dragons.
Okay, so 250 gold per day that we spend on this. 50 gold per diamond destroyed. 100 gold per person recovered. 500 gold if we find the person who is doing this.
Are we saying per person recovered alive?
No, I think just body
I
return.
was thinking 50 per dead person, 100 per alive person.
Someone better write this down.
I can write it down.
I got it.
Okay.
50 per corpse, 100 per living person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
500
Yeah, makes sense.
for a villain. And then how
And
much
we
was
can just be like, we'll bring you his head on a pike or something.
And then how much were we charging per diamond?
50?
50. And then each day just a flat rate of 250?
Yep.
That was the high that we were gonna shoot for, and then go
250 a
lower.
day. Just
Flat.
250 a full day that we spend working
Per
on it
person
in
or just
general.
total?
I think
I think total,
total.
Okay.
because then it's like, what, 50 per person?
Yeah.
250 a day, 50 per
50 per
diamond,
person.
and like to prove that we like are doing it, like we didn't even discuss this before we went and got the diamonds
Right.
for you. 50
Right.
per diamond, 50 per corpse, 100 for a living person, 500 if we can find the person planting them and either bring you their head, or if you really want them alive to enact punishment on your own.
500 for them dead.
1,000 for them alive.
1,000 for them alive.
Oh
There
yeah.
we go.
Oh yeah.
All right, Derek, I'm gonna type it all out to you, and then we say this.
All right. So what we'll do here is
And we can play up we're this really big adventuring company from
Yeah, we
Port
already
Zoon.
helped like
if
Doug
you're-
Dimmadome or whatever his name
if
is. in Port
you're
Zoon.
gonna get our services, you're getting like the best of the best.
I will say you all did name drop the Marquise from
Yeah.
Port
We
Zoon,
did.
so
Yeah.
that will
We
work
did.
in your favor.
We
so.
helped that guy. Like, we went into the jungle and we did all this stuff. We fought werewolves. Like,
We brought our own equipment.
yeah, they don't have
Look at us
to.
being
They don't have
business
to
people.
house us or feed us or clothe us.
So, who's making this pitch?
Not Beckett.
All right,
Not
all right. This is
me.
me and Dumka. Like, let's go. This is our
All right,
time.
All right. So, pitch this to me, please.
All right, Marquis. We didn't want to come to you and just start throwing out numbers and not giving you results. So we took it upon ourselves. I apologize that we missed our meeting. We took it upon ourselves to quickly try and find some information so that we could already come to you with something. We found 2 of the diamonds. Our arcane expert, I gestured at Reksha, was able to identify them and figure out what the real threat was, and we believe that there is someone that's planting these. We want to go after them. We brought all of our own equipment. We have our housing and food and everything settled. You don't have to lift a finger. We figure we could break this down for you. He looks at Tremayne. 250 a day. We will collect as many diamonds as possible to try and save future people that may ignore us and still go out. We'll bring those back and destroy them in front of you. 50 per one of those. If we find any of your missing people or any of the missing people, we will return them also for 50. If they're living, a bit more. And if we can find the person responsible, we can either deal with them for you, bring you some evidence of that, or if you would like to enact justice on your own, we can try and do the extra effort of bringing them in alive. 500 dead, 1,000 alive. Right, Tremayne? That is what our going rate for the Marquis is
Right.
for these sorts of things.
Right. Exactly. And
I mean, look at her. She
Just-
gets the job done.
I mean, yes. Look at me. I get the job done. And also keep in mind, as I mentioned yesterday, in case you've forgotten, we come highly recommended from the Marquis of Port Zoon. We have, what is the name of the jungle that we went to?
Karaska.
The Karaska jungle.
We have traversed the Karaska jungle all on our own and come back unscathed. We have vanquished werewolves. What else have we done? Hold on. I'm literally forgetting what else we've done.
We protected the Marquis' assets from an attack seemingly by the Myriad.
And that's just the beginning of our resume.
Yeah, we won't bore you with
Yes.
those details, but my point is we come highly recommended. We are highly skilled. We have people who can deal with every aspect of this job. We can get it done fast, and we can get it done however you would like us to do so.
So that you can spare your guardsmen to try and keep people in the town so that you don't lose any more people.
Alright. So you either both can roll persuasion checks, or someone can give the other one advantage.
I will give you advantage because mine is good, but it's probably not as good as yours. Don't forget you have it. Well, inspiration's not a luck point, is it? It's just an advantage.
26.
Whoa.
You get to re-roll.
You get to reroll.
Alright.
19 plus 7.
Cool.
Yeah. So even
19
without me
was for the
taking the
advantage.
DC down a little bit from you mentioning the Marquis, didn't even need that. He will think to himself for a minute. I think that is a well priced. I will even throw in, I will pay for your, if you would like boats, I will pay for your boat expenses too.
Thank
Perfect.
you.
I would like this done as quickly as possible, of course. I do not want you to intentionally take slow just because we've agreed to a per day thing. Which I expect that you all are honest individuals.
You can log every time we go out on a boat.
I think that that is agreeable then.
So
I would like to personally thank you so much for agreeing to help us.
And now that we have this information about what these false gems really are, do you think that your Zalezo could handle disseminating that information among the encampments and try to keep
Of
the
course.
people in?
I don't know about keeping the people in, but they can definitely relay the information to everybody.
And would you like, if we find whoever's doing this to your people, do you want to handle it or do you want us to?
We are not a society of corporal punishment here, so if you deal with the individual, that will be much appreciated.
Out of sight, out of mind, of course.
Then we will rest and get back to work.
Yeah. I think that is a good place to take a break for the evening.
Damn, I
So
can't
let
believe those
us-
blood diamond things.
We can
Right.
refill on drinks, some snacks, and we will be back shortly.
Refill on blood if you need it.
Yeah, we'll give you some blood. Hang tight, guys. We'll BRB.
Hydrate.
We're live.
And we are back. We have refilled our drinks. Some people have gotten some snacks. Victoria apparently is having a brain freeze at the moment. And we will jump back into it. So, you just negotiated a successful monetary venture with the City of Oath, where you successfully got your terms and a bonus to not having to pay for a boat anymore, even though that wasn't necessarily that expensive. So, sun is starting to set. What would you all like to do with the rest of your night?
Reksha would turn towards everyone else and tell them that she's going to head to bed early because he wants to be up bright and early in the morning.
Okay. Is everybody gonna follow? Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say you can get your rest. I was probably going to go while there's still a little bit of sunlight left. I kind of want to do a quick flyover. Not like too low, but I want to see if maybe there's any sort of ruins or structures coming out of the swamp that we wouldn't be able to see down here on the ground to sort of direct where we go looking forward in the future.
How far are you just going to do it, like over the city, or are you going over this like bog and marsh areas?
It's more so like I don't want to go like scouring over all the trees, but I want to use the height.
Okay.
Of going really, really high up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you want to take Saren with you?
I do. You've been practicing, and
Don't point out that she's been practicing. She's a great flyer. She is very self-conscious about the fact she couldn't fly and that she can. I don't want her to feel bad about it.
She's an amazing flyer.
I know.
Saren.
He looks over at you.
In Draconic. Would you like to assist me with a flyover to see if we can find anything interesting cropping up out of the swamp? I could use your expertise in the matter.
Baron will look back over at Beckett.
He'll nod.
You'll hear Saren say in Draconic, "Sure, I guess I can help you with that." Is Saren a medium creature? I forget.
I believe so. Let me double check.
Saren, you don't want to ask how I'm able to fly?
I don't think. I don't think she is a large creature until a higher level. Where are you, baby? There you are.
I think she just became a medium.
No, she's been medium this whole time.
Okay.
She just got the flight, but I don't think she gets to a large creature until like level 10 or level 15, something like that. But she is medium, yes.
Okay. She will actually.
You've got her for 3 hours, I believe.
For flight, yeah.
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 She will. Well, hop on. She kind of like bends down to where you could put your legs over.
Oh, Saren, I am very honored that you would offer me. I can fly myself if you would prefer to go unburdened.
I think I would like to do that. You look relatively big.
I've been.
Saren said I found the thicky root.
He like tucks his shirt down over. He kind of tucks his shirt down over his belly, but he goes, It's
the cheeks. It's the cheeks.
Right.
Beckett, why is he so flustered? I didn't mean it as in a bad way.
I like to eat.
I'll explain it to you later. He can understand us.
I can.
Oh, I know.
And you could just ask me. Let's go. I can be out for about 40 minutes.
Okay.
Actually, if I need to go longer than that, I can burn sorcery points to make more third levels.
Okay. Sure. Saren will look back over at Beckett before taking off. Would you like to go with us?
No, have fun.
Okay. I will make sure he does not die.
Thank you.
I appreciate that as well, Saren.
Of course.
I can roll checks for her if you need me to.
Yeah, I will have a perception check for each one of you all. But as Saren flaps her wings, the dust and some of the dirt on the ground kicks up, and she takes off into the sky.
I'm going to have to try to keep up with her, aren't I? Okay.
Yes. What's her flight speed? I think is it 60?
40 feet.
40. Okay,
Oh.
So I think you're a little
Actually,
faster technically.
Huh? I will go slower
Okay.
to make her feel better.
Yeah.
But yep, he just up and straight up into the air, and he jumps and he doesn't come back down.
So both Dumka and Saren, go ahead and make perception checks for me as you all are flying over the city and trying to get a bird's eye view or a dragon's eye view.
Can Pick give me some assistance while Saren looks for on her own?
I will say no, unfortunately, just because it's technically two rolls for each character.
Oh, okay.
So this would technically be the two chances with Saren and you.
Okay.
Another reason why I'm
Saren,
giving you
her
advantage.
wisdom base, so she rolled a 14.
I'm going
Okay.
to use. I had an inspiration.
Okay.
It was a natural 1. That's better. 17. Sorry, 16. I don't have a plus at all.
Yeah. The reason why I wasn't giving you advantage on the roll is just because Saren's technically not your, companion. It was the reason why I was splitting up the roll.
Right.
So
Well, I asked if
so-
Pick could help me.
Well, yeah, but that's why I was saying the two different.
The two
'cause
different.
technically only
rolls,
yeah, you only get technically 2 rolls, or that's how I like to do it. So
Yeah. Okay.
So 17 and a 14, correct?
16.
16.
I added a 1 that I don't have.
So, as you all are flying over, Dumka, first thing you do notice is if Saren, it's kind of hard for Saren to actually smile, but you swear that's what she's doing right now. Just being up in the sky, just looks like she is very much enjoying flying.
Happy
Fly
girl.
with dragons
So-
in a land apart.
It's me, happy girl.
Right. That's the rhyme for Dragon Tales.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're doing, as you are flying over the city, looking for any kind of ruins that would stick out to you that you might want to check out, it looks like there is a small lighthouse out in the distance off to the northwest. No, southwest. Wait, what is that direction? Oh God. South is down, north is up. Yes, northwest direction. From the Redwashers, it looks like there's an abandoned lighthouse there. It looks like it hasn't been in use for quite some time. The vines and plant growth seems to be overtaking it. Outside of that, really in the vicinity, there's not much ruins. There looks like there's a lot of water, a lot of trees, but the trees aren't numerous here. There is definitely there is gaps to where you can see through them. And unfortunately, you don't really see any kind of ruins that you were looking for outside of that lighthouse. And you see a few more boats slowly making their way back into the docks. But unfortunately, that's about it around the city. Unless you wanted to go out a little bit farther. So,
Saren, why don't we push? Do you want to push a little bit further? Just see if there's any clearings in the swamp itself.
yes, I can do that.
Let's go.
She will continue to lead as long as you are allowing her to, of course, with the speed technically.
Yes.
But you will fly out a little bit farther. I will say, as you can keep going, you will have to technically spend some sorcery points to get back. But that is, something you could do.
Yeah, let me figure out just how many I can.
Yeah, because you said you can 40 minutes, right? You said
I
you
can
do
do
without
40
sorcery?
minutes
Okay.
40 minutes without sorcery points. Let me just because I've never actually made a spell slot, so I need to double check what the conversion is. I can make one more 3rd level spell slot using 5 sorcery points, and I have 7. So then if I need to go past that, I'll have to start doing converting lower spell slots into points and the points into a higher. So without having to do something super complicated, 50 minutes total of flying.
Okay. So yeah, you cast that last 10 minutes of flying back on yourself as you all are still flying over the marsh, the bog, and you get the sense that you should probably start making your way back. I will go ahead and do another perception check for me, both of you.
That one's not as good. 7 for Saren.
I think I can also reroll this with one of my spells. Sorcery points. Okay. Because I have one more left. 3.
No, no.
3.
3.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's starting to get very dark now, and that's kind of cutting off some of your
dark vision
eyesight.
60 feet.
So, unfortunately, you can't really make out a lot of different things down there, in the water or on the land masses that are throughout this bog. But so you start making your way back, and what is the other party members doing? Because they're gone for about 50 minutes.
I sleep.
Yeah, you went to sleep, Reksha.
I'm honestly probably studying those maps and
Okay.
That we got from the marquee back in Port Zoon, just so that I'm ready for when we get back.
Okay. Are you I'm assuming you're going back to Agatha's house then to study, or are you gonna stay somewhere else?
Oh, I was sleeping in a tent outside of her house, but I'm sure she wouldn't mind me sitting in her living space while I study until we go to bed. So I'll just stay there.
Okay. Zach?
I was probably just gonna stay up with Beckett and wait for them to come home.
Okay. Tremayne?
If I find anything of note or that strikes me as interesting and while I'm studying, I'll point it out to Zach.
Okay.
Yeah, Zach's probably occasionally reading over your shoulder and then getting whenever he's bored, but otherwise just looking out the window waiting.
Yeah, I'm not gonna narrate the entirety of my studying, but if there's something that catches my eye that I think is of important note, I'll toss it out.
Cool.
Keep that in mind. Tremayne?
She'll probably go walk through the tenty areas for a bit, just to listen and see if the news is spreading and what people are saying about it, and then go to bed.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Derek,
I'm sorry, that's what you are asking to do.
Hey, okay. You know what? I rolled a 10 on the die, and that's a minus 2, so that's an 8.
I mean, as you're walking through, you kind of get distracted by some small animals that are running through the tents, and unfortunately, you just lose track of what you were actually doing, and you just start following this small couple of cats that just start walking and playing, jumping through, and they seem to be rustling and stuff like that, and you just start following them out of.
I'll give them a bit of jerky.
They'll come over and they'll take the jerky and start eating it.
I pat
kind of
them.
do the little leg rub as you hand them the jerky.
Ooh, I just pet them for a while, and then I'll see if they'll follow me back to Agatha's.
As you start walking away, make an animal handling check.
Sometimes cats follow you.
Yeah, true.
When you've been. I also have a minus to this, I think. I have a +1.
Oh.
9.
So at first they start following you as you walk away, and as soon as you start to like leave the tent area, you turn back and they're gone. And you're not really even sure where they went.
Okay, I go dejected back to Agatha's and I go to sleep.
Okay. So Dumka and Saren, are you going to land back at Agatha's, or are you going to go back to Town Square?
I would land on her roof.
Okay. So, Beckett, you hear a loud flapping of some wings in the backyard near your tent, and Saren lands back there.
To Zach, I'll just say I believe they've returned.
And then you all
Yeah,
hear
see that?
some footsteps land on the roof.
Very delicate, just.
Always
Uh-huh.
so dramatic.
And then Zach hears in his head, "Are you awake? I'm home."
Yeah, I heard ya.
I was trying to be quiet.
Not very good.
Did I wake you up?
No, I was waiting for you to get back.
Oh, okay, then I don't feel as bad. Come up here.
I'll go up.
I'll go outside to Saren.
Just sitting on the edge of her roof.
Yeah, I'll just climb it. Fuck it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Hop
You
back
climb up
up.
there. Yeah. Take a seat
See
next to
anything?
your brother.
See anything interesting?
No, unfortunately. I mean, with the last of the daylight gone, it ended up being very difficult to see anything in the... But there is... I didn't see anything in the swamp itself, but there is... I mean, it's nothing new necessarily, but off on one of the islands, there's that old lighthouse that seems like it has been thoroughly abandoned. Sort of the only thing that stands out, I suppose. You would think that they would want to keep that running, but I don't know. I didn't see anything, I'm afraid. I thought I could be a little bit more useful, but it was fun. Saren is good company, actually.
Seems solid. Alright, well, it's unfortunate we didn't see anything else, but maybe that's a good thing?
Maybe.
Unless they're hiding in the town.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Hmm?
How are you doing?
Fine, why?
I don't know. I suppose I just sort of keep thinking about... I don't know. When it's dark out and, you know, we would hang when we were younger on like the balcony or on the roof. And then you suddenly stop doing that. And I thought, oh, it's because he doesn't want to hang out anymore. But it was actually because you were going out and keeping the city safe. At least, I hope it was mostly just that.
I'm sorry, brother. I didn't even think about that. That you
No.
would feel that way.
No. If anything, I feel bad because I sort of just imposed myself into something that you had created for yourself. And I always did that.
Yeah, but you're so cute about it, so it's hard to stay mad.
Well, I mean, I do get by on being cute for a long time.
Yeah,
but
you do.
he
Someone
pats,
has to, right?
he pats your leg a bit and he says, I don't want you to be doing these things just because you think we'll think less of you if you don't come.
Well, I'm not really concerned about everyone else thinks, but I did have my brother tell me that he wanted to spend more time with me, and that this was a good plan to start that.
It is. I do believe that, but I also can understand that you shouldn't have to define yourself by all of the things that you do with me. Even if I really, really want to. You built something for yourself, and it is an amazing thing. And it's wholly and completely your thing. You keep our home safe.
I feel like it's the only purpose I've had ever. But that doesn't mean that I don't want you around for it. And I know you haven't asked all day, but your suit's almost done. A few more days. Think you can wait that long?
You've still been working on it while we've been doing all of this?
Yeah, what the hell else am I gonna do when you guys are sleeping for 8 hours?
I wish that I had gotten that one. because I would have so much more time for activities.
You do.
Sleeping is still good though. I
I'm
mean,
sure.
depending.
Overrated.
What I'm trying to say is, those guys that we saw at the temple.
Hmm.
If they know that I have this, they'll
Hmm.
probably go home. They might go after Mom. And
Yeah. And the only survivor of that place is in our house.
yeah. And
Yeah, I've been thinking about that too.
I wouldn't want to come home from a mission and find out some terrible news. Because it would also be my fault. So what I'm saying is I would feel better knowing that the Dark Phoenix was looking out for her.
He always does.
But he can't if he's 3 towns away. And I'm sorry that I maybe pushed you to do that.
It's a test run, yeah. See how we do. I mean, if you're gonna make a habit of making day-long trips, a day or two that here and there ain't bad. But if you're gonna go for weeks on end, it might be a little bit of a problem.
I think that as time goes on, we're going to go further and further away.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
The Menagerie Coast has its problems, but eventually, I mean, I do want to see the world. And of course I would want you to come with me. But I also want you to decide for yourself what you want.
How about I get back to you on that? We got a lot to consider. But if we make this kind of money every time we leave town, it ain't half bad. Good returns.
I always try to have good returns. We'll talk about it when we get back home. If you want.
Yeah.
I will appreciate the extra couple days of not forgetting things.
Yeah, another reason why I haven't left it yet, because I'm not sure you could survive without me, honestly. You'd be out in the wilderness, no backpack, with just one pair of underwear, and you're screwed. You probably forget your water bottle. I put it there this morning. You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for everything that you do. It was kind of the bed was comfortable last night, but there's a lot of people all in a very small place. I was going to take advantage of the nicer weather and possibly stay up here.
not a bad idea. I'll join you. I just lay back.
You all camp out on the rooftop. Everybody else finds a night's rest wherever they want to lay. And everybody can have a long rest. The next morning comes. Reksha, you said you wanted to wake up early and do something.
Yeah.
What would that be?
Today I prepared a very special spell
Okay.
called Locate Object.
Oh, okay.
And I would like to just walk around town
Okay.
and set the object in my sights as blood siphons just to make sure no one is keeping any in their
Smart.
homes.
Smart. All right. So, how long does this last for? Oh,
It is. I
lost Kristy.
okay.
Put her back, Kristy.
Okay.
How long does the spell last for?
It is 10 minutes per cast, and
Okay.
a second level spell. I am willing to, if it takes more than 10 minutes to sweep the whole town.
It will probably take you. You'd probably have to cast the spell twice to
Okay.
To check the whole town.
Okay.
But yeah, you get up in the morning. As you're stepping outside, the weather has taken a turn. It is cloudy. Looks like it might rain today. There's a lot of dark clouds in the sky that you can see, and it does not look inviting. But you start walking around this town with your spell up, looking for blood siphons.
Yes, the range is 1,000 feet, I believe.
Which you can cover relatively well for most of the city. But as you're walking through, the only one that you pick up in the city is the one that you carry on yourself.
Cool. That works for me. Satisfied, I will return back and wait for everyone else to get out.
And you do so as you return. You are greeted with the smell of cooking food again. As when you enter the house, Agatha is hard at work again, cooking food. And of course, when you all
We gotta
came
give
back
her
to
the
our house,
herbs.
yeah, I'm assuming you all would have done that night when you came back. She thanked you a lot for going out there and collecting these for her, and said that she would of course make dinner and make breakfast again for you all in the morning as an extra payment for doing so. But she makes food. Unfortunately, it is still alligator and some toast. There's actually a little bit of eggs this morning.
I'm gonna make it a sandwich and eat it.
Okay, yeah, that's you can.
Hell
you can
yeah,
do
that's
so.
the only way.
Yep. But once everybody wakes up, you're muted, Ink, if you were talking to us.
I just said, hell yeah, dipping your toast in the runny eggs.
There you go, yeah.
Yes, that's what I just had for dinner tonight. Yeah.
Yum!
And she, of course,
And then
will
dipping
cook
it in
the
ketchup
eggs
as well.
to everyone's liking. So if you would like them a different way, she will do so. But after a breakfast, Reksha returns right when breakfast is served, and you are free to do with what you would like on this day again.
Should we get 2 boats if we're gonna do the bait thing?
So you're
I might
coming
be able
around
to.
to the bait thing, huh?
I mean, honestly, it's the most straightforward path we've got, and I'm kind of done with this place. I'd rather just get it done.
We could maybe have someone look passed out, and Reksha could put one of his diamonds on them to make it look like it's attached.
But we don't know what they look like. when they are used, which is why I'm saying we should just do it just to see.
If you all wanted to do that last
Okay.
night, you
Guys,
could.
None
You all
of
did
them.
say that you were looking for, like, thinking about doing that. You could have done that last night if you wanted.
Do you want to do? Do you?
Are we really? We're gonna rewind. I go into the
Yeah.
room with Reksha where he's getting ready for bed. Reksha, give me the bag.
Yes. Okay.
Not there.
Wait. What do you need my bag for?
I need the bag that's in the bag.
He's gonna slowly go and reach for the diamond.
Take out the diamond. Hand it to Tremayne.
I'm gonna
I pull up.
I'm gonna look at her for a long moment.
I pull up. Oh, you know what's a good idea? So I can get two hands. I'll like pull like part of my trouser leg down, put it on my thigh. Then I can use two hands to pull it off.
Okay.
Let's go,
Reksha.
You should put gloves on your hands first, just in case you go to reach and it attaches.
That's a good idea. Hold on. I'll waddle over, get my gloves, put them on, waddle back.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
Puts gauntlet on. Grabs blood siphon. Press.
So as soon as it attaches, you lose 10 HP.
Cool. What does it look like?
And as you place down, you actually feel these small tendrils come out of the edge of the diamond and penetrate your leg.
Bro.
As you can start seeing the diamond actually starts to turn a little red as it is sucking this blood into it.
Okay, that's enough.
You
I can feel
as you go to pull it off, or who's pulling this off? Is it Reksha?
I want
or
to
is
let it go.
Tremayne?
I'm gonna let it go like just a little bit longer.
I'm gonna
Okay.
try to pull it off because I'm responsible.
No.
Okay.
Yep, I'm trying.
No.
Okay, so
Um,
since Tremayne is trying to fight you off, this will be a disadvantage
Oh my god.
for your check to take it off. So an athletics check to remove
Okay.
this blood siphon.
No, does this hurt?
I didn't roll very well, so
It
it's
actually
like-
doesn't feel that bad. You felt like a little like a little prick, like how you like a small needle going into you. Like you felt that like
It's only-
dozens of times, but
Oh.
after that it doesn't hurt.
It's only a 14.
So Reksha goes to try and siphon, pulls it off, and actually pulls it off the skin a little bit, and you see those tendrils just still connected, and it just like pulls it back to the leg, and you take another 10 HP.
Gross.
What do the tendrils look like? Are they like a certain color? Are they just red? Or
Oh my
they...
God.
They look like a diamond, a base diamond color, so it's kind of like that, you know.
just a crystal like
yeah,
crystal color?
It's kind of cool.
And these tendrils, you see like the inside, they look like a vein that's pulling blood from you up to the diamond.
Oh, I
The
hate
more
that.
blood that is in the diamond is making the diamond more red.
So the diamond, does it now have red liquid inside of it, or is the diamond just
It's not-
turning red?
It's turning red. It doesn't look like you can't see the liquid. It's just turning red.
Okay, I'll pull it off.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay. Natural one?
No.
No.
So technically, Reksha would get a turn.
Yeah,
Do you want to attempt to pull
I like
it off? Make an
I
athletics
slip,
check.
I slip and fall.
yeah, I am.
Right.
18 plus 6.
Yeah, so you just pull the blood siphon off, and as these tendrils like are pulled so far away from the skin, they detach, and that actually hurts. That actually you feel a large pinch as that happened. Go ahead and make a Reksha, go ahead and make a perception check as you do this.
16 plus 6.
As these tendrils kind of like suck up into the diamond, you actually see that the tendrils are barbed. So you see why
I hate this.
that it would hurt.
Yeah.
coming out.
Does
So-
it look like it can still be used more, or did that like break it?
No,
Are the tendrils like still grasping, or do they just go like?
No, they immediately, as soon as they leave the skin, they whoop, back into the diamond.
Does the
Okay.
color change, or does it stay that?
It still has a faint red.
And
look to
I'm
it.
still 20 hit points down.
You're still 20 hit points down.
Okay.
That really
Well,
hurt. Why would you pull it like that? You pulled it at like the worst angle I had fallen.
I'm gonna spiritual weapon punch her in the face with my
Oh,
armor.
Yikes!
Ow!
God. All right.
I hope that hurt more. Stop being irresponsible. Good night.
Forward.
And then everybody can have the long
I
rest.
look at. There's a moment of recognition that passes between my face and Reksha's. We know what it looks like when it gets activated now.
Why do you look like you're swollen in the face?
Fell. Into Reksha's gauntleted fist. Because I put the crystal on my leg.
Okay.
No, it's not because you put the crystal on your leg. It's because you wouldn't allow me to take it off your leg.
I was just trying
You
to.
still have it on your leg? How are you alive?
No.
No. We don't.
Oh,
No, it's. Oh. Wait, do you have it? Pull it out. Is it still red?
Yeah, I'll pull it out.
And seems like after a certain amount of time has passed, it goes back to its normal color.
Interesting.
If
Multiple use?
if I check in my bag for the one that had been cleaved but not fully broken, did it reform itself or is it still damaged?
You take it out. I'm assuming with the
Oh, I'm
Well-
just
Oh, you're just looking in?
Just looking at my bag.
yeah. You shake it around a little bit to where you thought the
Just
gash was,
Shake it just right onto my face.
and
watch.
indeed it has reformed itself.
Oh
no.
That's not very good.
Are they like alive?
They had these little tendrils that came out, and the tendrils were like,
Barbed.
yeah, and they like dug in. I could
What?
feel them. I could feel them like moving in my skin.
Ooh.
That definitely sounds alive to me.
It sounds like something a necromancer might invent.
I really want to get this guy. This is messed up.
It felt kind of cool though.
I start making
You
this.
would say that.
We will address your masochistic
No, it's not. It was
tendencies.
just like a weird like pinch. Like it was just like. You'd think if it was sucking all of your blood out, it would hurt, but it actually didn't. Once it was on, it felt fine. Like it did not hurt at all. That's the thing.
I think once it starts to suck all of the blood out of your body, you're probably going to start to notice a bit, though.
Yeah, a bit lightheaded.
I also feel like you wouldn't feel it sucking your blood because the spot might be numb.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
But if somebody like brushed against it, it could be like a leech. Like they might not even know that it's on them until they pass out.
Oh.
Yes.
True.
That's
Yeah,
probably how they.
If you're not paying attention, yeah, you probably might
Yeah.
not feel it.
I would cut my feet on barnacles all the time at the beach. Think about like
Those
just
hurt.
cutting your foot on the barnacle and all your blood comes out.
Yeah, I would go back home at the end of every day and I'd have scratches on my face and like, there were these like, whenever you went into the brambles, there were these like little things that had like these barbs on it, just plant life that would stick to you and you'd have to like pull them out and you just don't notice if you're in the middle of something.
Yeah.
So we should definitely try and
If we paint a
Get as
crystal
much blood out of
red
it.
and then we put it on a decoy, then they'll think it's full of blood.
No, they probably would not.
You don't know that. And if you had let me keep it on a little longer, we could have made a better decoy.
unfortunately it seems like the best way we're going to find out what happens to these people is if we can stumble upon one before they get taken or eaten.
Yeah, I think maybe two smaller boats would be a little faster for exploring, and maybe we can try to spread out but stay within earshot
Mhm.
and cover a little more ground that way.
Did
Yeah, that's what I
Dumka
was
say anything about the lighthouse?
To Zach.
Yeah, I said it to Zach if Zach would. Think
Oh
that it
yeah,
was-
Zach would probably bring it up. I mean, there's also that abandoned lighthouse that could be a good refuge for someone to hide there.
Yeah, I was just
She's
wondering
abandoned.
if it was worth looking.
It is completely overgrown. I was curious why they let it get that way, but it is right by town.
Should we ask someone?
It can hurt.
I grab a nearby Zalezo
Well,
person.
I was gonna say if we were eating, like we could just ask Agatha.
Oh yeah, we're in the house, aren't we? Yeah.
Agatha.
Yes.
That was cute. We were wondering about that old lighthouse that's sort of off of the shore a bit. You've been here for quite some time. Has it always been abandoned like that?
Not really. It was a nice family once actually lived out there on the island. And unfortunately the last survivor of their family passed away. And
Too bad.
no one has taken up the residence. And it's been like that for 20 years or so.
Oh.
Is there a reason that nobody's taken up the residence? Or is it just sort of out of respect?
You know, I've always wondered why no one has taken up residence there. It could be out of respect. It could be out of... It would be kind of annoying to have to, anytime you wanted to go to town, take a boat across the water, even though it's not that far of a trip. That would be my issue with living there, personally. But I'm not really sure.
Just seems odd for what I would assume is a fairly useful service to be left derelict for a few decades. That's a little
Well, we actually moved our docks about 10 years ago over to where they are now. They used to be on that side, which is why the lighthouse was there in the first place. So that could also be why they don't. No one has felt the need to
Were the
take up
docks
the lighthouse.
the docks moved when Miss Ravenosa, is it Ravenosa?
Ravenosa, yeah.
Ravenosa, Miss Ravenosa moved in?
No. They've been there for a while. When she arrived, she bought the establishment from the previous owners.
Huh.
Yeah, it just seems like something just that happened out of inconvenience. If they're not using the docks on that side, then there's no reason to use the lighthouse either.
Yeah.
Still doesn't mean it's not worth checking out.
Thank you for the information.
Of course, I am willing to help any way I can. I heard that you all are looking into the disappearances, so thank you for that.
We'll be sure to keep an eye out for any more thicky root.
Please do.
I guess now we should go get our boats.
Yeah.
One quick question: Are you still going to try and find the other ingredient that I asked for, or should I do that myself?
Maybe don't just stay in your house in town for a little while until
At
we
least
figure
Tell the diamond.
Get more information.
All right.
Yes.
We'll try and help you out as soon as we've got the marsh cleared.
Thank you.
And if you decide to go out into the marsh, can you just tell somebody?
I can do that.
Thank you.
We're just taking every bit of precaution right now.
That is understandable. She goes around, collects all the dirty plates, goes to start to do the dishes, and you all are setting off to get you some boats.
Yeah.
All right.
On the walk over,
Yep.
Beckett is going to ask, so what do you all make of this lighthouse?
I think that while its origin story might not necessarily be the most suspicious, I think that it's still a great place for someone to squat if they don't want to be found.
I was about to say
Yes.
the same thing, that possibly our culprit could potentially be there.
Yeah, it's forgotten.
Everyone has already sort of decided that they would not bother with it, so there's reason to go over there. Yeah.
The start. If not, we just do what we're gonna do anyway.
There we can just keep looking and branch out from there if we don't find anything.
So are you getting 2 boats, 2 smaller ones this time,
Yeah.
or are you going to get a medium? Okay, 2 smallers. All right. So you acquire your 2 boats, and when you get there, the individual, we actually have from orders of the Marquis have saved boats for you,
Perfect.
and he will walk you to them. And you are free to start paddling and making your way through the swamp and bog.
Make it away.
So you will follow this short little path through here, kind of actually going around Agatha's, where her house is, going through that small canal, and you are going over to the lighthouse, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Easy enough. I'm not going to have you all roll to try and get over there.
Get
You all,
lost.
there's a small rundown dock that is there that you can tie your boats to make it to where they, of course, won't go anywhere. And you get off on the dock, start walking towards the lighthouse. What are y'all doing?
Definitely keeping an eye out if there's any signs of life.
Movement on the island.
Just any signs of movement, any signs that someone has walked there, any signs that there might be somebody living here, like remnants of fires, evidence of hunting, things like that.
Go ahead and make me a survival check.
24.
So as you're walking up you're walking up a set of staircase. Of course, they're overgrown with different kinds of vines, different plants, probably even some mushrooms. And you get up to the base where the door is of this lighthouse. The door is closed. However, you do notice that there looks to be footprints leaving the lighthouse.
Someone's been here. I will
Shit.
crouch and point it out. Can I see how old they are?
Yeah, with that roll, they seem to be relatively fresh. Maybe from the night before.
They're recent too, I'd say, at least within the last 12 hours.
They lead, if you follow the footprints, they lead out to the west of the lighthouse, off in this direction.
He'll start
then
walking.
When they
to
get
follow
to
them.
the water, of course, they disappear. But they were heading west from the lighthouse.
They end here. Somebody came from the lighthouse into the water, I would assume, to get. Is there evidence at the spot at the water that maybe a boat had been
Yeah, that's what I was about to
put
ask.
there? Like
With
a
that-
boat pushed
with-
up onto the.
Yeah, with that survival check, you notice that there looks like to be large shrubbery or plants that look like they've been moved to hide a boat This would be a small boat, probably even smaller than one you have. So this looks like a one-person kind of boat.
So he
Hmm.
crouched down at the door, pointed out the footsteps, and then stood and just kind of followed them. And as he's following them, he's like narrating, like, and they continue this way. This is west. They end here at the water. There's definitely a sign that a boat was here. Somebody's been here at least within the last 12 hours.
All right.
How do we track a boat, though? They left.
We don't need to track the boat. I'm certain that if they left here, they're going to return here. What's in here is, I think, more important.
Yeah, can I stick my head in and listen or see?
Into the lighthouse.
Yeah.
You do so. You look in. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Full of bodies. Full of bodies.
I should know this. 19?
19.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Map. Yes. 19.
As you look inside, it doesn't look like this area has been used for a campsite. At least this first little chamber. It does go up, and as you're looking, it also has a pathway down to look like this might have like a basement also.
Goes up and down.
Yeah, it's like a circular
Thinking.
staircase that.
Yeah. I can scout it out before we try and track.
So, should we look through here or should we follow the footprints?
Well, the footprints led to the water.
Which
Okay.
means
So we lose the trail. So we should look here.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
my suggestion.
Up or down?
Am I the only one that thinks down just because that's like
Evil
more
layer.
evil? More evil? Is that judgmental? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little stereotypy.
But that's also like, dead bodies are buried underground, so maybe that's where
Right.
I don't know.
well, it's important for me to know how we're going to be doing this, who's going ahead and whatnot.
I can be quiet and
First.
speak ahead.
Or I could track. It just kind of depends on
Good point.
what we want.
Can you track the footprints backwards?
I can try, yeah, definitely.
Want to give it a go?
I will attempt to see if I can see any signs of the footprints continuing and which
Go ahead.
direction. If they're not necessarily even the footprints, is there more wear on the ground of where somebody may have walked more frequently? Maybe handprints on the wall where someone has like braced themselves on the wall as they've gone down. Just kind of any signs where traffic has been more plentiful.
Go ahead
Before
Survival check. But
he
yes.
does that, I want to just really quickly, because if he's going to be going into there, and he's like remembering when they went into the temple thing and the monkey came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, and because they think they're dealing with something more necromantic, he wants to real quick just cast protection from evil and good on Beck.
Okay.
Just in case.
I'm gonna stealth behind Beck.
So, I don't know how he does that, so think about it later.
That's okay, bud. That was a 17 on the survival.
So as you step inside this lighthouse, there is a very obvious set of footprints that are leading down.
I will quietly point them out to Zach, who's following me.
Mm-hmm.
The main reason why they're very obvious is they're very muddy. It's like
Okay.
this almost like just a trail of mud.
Down it is.
All right, so you all heading down the stairs.
Yeah, I would like to stealth, please.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
I rolled a 26.
Beckett, are you going to stealth also?
Yeah.
Is everyone else following?
Hopefully.
22.
Okay.
Oh, I cast. Wait, can I? I just realized that we're stealthing. Can I cast Pass Without a Trace, or is it too
Sure.
late?
I will allow you to do so.
Sorry, I had to like get up and deal with people multiple times.
Yeah, you're fine.
So-
Yeah, so you get plus 10 to
32
all your
for me
checks.
then.
36.
13.
With a
The
plus
10?
16.
Well, actually, I have to be honest. If it's a plus 10, it is a 12 because I have a -1.
I just rolled 2 3s at disadvantage.
I rolled a 5.
So that's 16
Okay.
for me.
16 for me.
That's still relatively good with the plus 10s. So
Thank you, Tremayne.
Thank you,
it would have
Tremayne.
definitely been a different story without the pass
I
without
threw,
trace.
I threw my d20 like back into my dice tray to get rid of it, and it rolls an 18 that time. Fuck you.
Well, you know.
And then I dropped it, and it was a 20.
So, Beckett and Zach start heading down the stairs first, closely followed by the rest of the group.
And I'm still keeping an eye out for where traffic might be more plentiful.
The stairs, they are slick, so this is something that might be very difficult to traverse if you're trying to move fast. So keep that in mind. But you make your way down the stairs, about 10, 15 feet staircase, opens up to what looks like was at one point a storage room of some sort for the individuals that lived here. However, there is a giant hole that is like in the stone flooring that someone has dug, apparently. And there is an open tunnel that leads into the ground.
Oh,
How
hell
deep?
no.
How deep?
Can I hear
There is-
anything?
Make a perception check. There is no light from this
Can-
tunnel.
I aid
Oh, that's not
in the
great.
perception. Or
This
Do you
will
want
be,
me to roll?
since it's more hearing, it would be a perception from both of you.
okay,
I rolled an 8.
Okay.
I rolled a 10, but I got a +7, so that's a 17.
You listen. You hear some dripping. Sounds like some kind of liquid is dripping down this tunnel. Outside of that, you really don't hear anything else except for the sounds your party members are making.
Which is none because we're so stealthy.
Of course, yeah.
Is there signs of blood or anything down here, Beckett?
I can-
As you're looking around, we'll just use the same survival
Okay.
check.
Sure.
As you're looking around, there doesn't seem to be any blood in this room. The trail of mud does go to the tunnel, of course.
Can I smell blood?
No.
Okay.
We have to go down there, don't
It's-
we?
If you're looking inside the tunnel also, it looks like this tunnel is majority mud because the soil here is very wet and moist. And as
I gotta say, it's freaking
That-
moist
'cause
tunnel, dude.
I know because it's funny. Beckett, you actually, with your survival check, this tunnel
Mm-hmm.
leads back towards the city.
Does it appear to be man-made? Like someone
Yes.
dug it?
Someone dug it. Definitely.
This, if I'm gathering this correctly, I mean, obviously I'm just standing in the opening of a tunnel underneath a lighthouse. This tunnel, I think it goes back towards Oath.
Oh, I was right. It is from the city.
How much you want to bet that this leads right into someone's basement?
Pretty solid hypothesis, I think.
No, the question would be, is it someone's basement who has something to do with this, or is this someone's basement that is an innocent party in all of this?
Only one way to find out.
Took the words right out of my mouth, but I really don't want to go in there, but we have to go in there.
I think we should go in there.
It would be best if we went in there.
So
Do
it's
we
like,
go in or do we stake it out?
I think we should act now while we know that someone is not here, and try to
Alright.
get what we can from this.
No,
They may
I
have-
agree.
They may have
Yeah.
taken a boat and they're going to plant more diamonds.
Right.
They may
Now's
make
probably
them
the time.
here. Okay.
Wait.
How deep does
Just-
it? So we literally can't because it's just.
It
dark.
goes it's like a slant. There's no light source down here.
Should
So
I
it's
light
very
a
dark.
lantern?
I can't see.
We should make light.
I'll use dancing lights.
That works.
I
So-
forgot because I'm drow. I never use
That's
it.
right, draw magic.
I never use it. So yeah.
There is a slant.
If we need
Go
more light, I can light a lantern as well.
Yeah. So this tunnel slants down in the direction back towards the city. It goes 10, 20 feet, and you get to the point where the dripping that you heard is just a drop of what looks like water dropping from the ceiling down to the floor. You get the sense that you are under the water at this point.
Be careful. Watch where you step. I'm checking above us as we go.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm pushing. They're like soft, like fairy lights of like soft pink, and I'm pushing them up towards the ceiling to like get good close-ups of like the crevices for Beckett.
I want to keep an eye on the ceiling as well, because if we're under the water and the soil is already moist and muddy, there is very much a danger of these collapsing. So as we're going, I want to keep an eye on the safety and the structure of where we're traveling.
This continues in a downward slope for another additional 20 feet. And as you are going, there are small like support beams that have been placed to help a little bit with the structure of this area. However, with it being so damp and the soil being so wet, this is definitely something that is very unstable. Like any kind of like explosion or disturbance of the soil could be very bad for anybody in these tunnels.
We all have that thought, and we all look at Dumka.
Be careful not to disturb the ceiling. Don't launch any dynamite sticks anywhere.
Or lightning.
It's just it's very, very fragile and unstable in here. We need to be careful.
Right, yes.
So you all continue down this tunnel. It eventually evens off to a horizontal plane, and you start walking. No light, the only light from the dancing lights that you all have. Another 20 minutes pass.
Oh my god.
You start to see the dripping of the water start to subside, and you start to sense that maybe you are under the city at this moment.
I think we're
Most of
back
the
in
water,
Earth.
most of the water has stopped.
Was it just a straight shot, or did the tunnel like curve at any
It
point?
curves in places, but it's not like a major curve. It's like it's majority a straight shot, but it might have like a little curve that, because of building, might have hit like a rock or something that they couldn't bypass and had to change course a little bit. But there's not much curves in this
How?
tunnel.
I think we've
How-
returned to Earth.
How long do you think it would have taken to build a tunnel like this?
Do I have an idea of something like that?
I mean, so far this is a very long tunnel, and you haven't even reached the end of it. So
that would depend on how
guess-
many people were involved.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say.
Hmm.
But if it was just a singular person, I imagine it would take months, if not longer.
And are we based on the direction that like the tunnel entrance was, is it safe to say we're under the rude washes or red washes or whatever? Like the
Yes.
residential. That's the residential area.
Correct.
This is very strange.
What if this ends
And this
up
is a single file tunnel too. It's not like a super big one.
What if this ends up going to one of the churches? One of the temples?
That is a very lofty accusation.
That would be
Not
unfortunate.
that you're wrong, just that's going to be something that's going to be difficult to prove. That if a church is involved.
Let's keep going and see where it goes.
Yep.
Continue on for another 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
I'm fucking sick of it.
another 20 minutes in total until you get to another slope in the area. As
Slope
it
up?
Yeah, it starts to slope up now.
I
Not
think
too long
we are
afterwards.
reaching the end.
Not too long afterwards, you come to another entrance, except this time there is actually a trap door that is sealing the entranceway.
I will turn back to look at my companions.
I will push my way forward and go check to see if it's trapped.
Make an investigation check. This is you have to squeeze past Beckett,
Yep.
but that is
He'll
doable.
like flatten himself against the
Yeah.
wall.
And Beckett, as you turn around and look back, Saren looks very uncomfortable in this area.
I
Because,
know, darling, I know.
Saren is just.
her wings are kind of like up into the air a little bit, like up on her back, so she could fit. But
That's 12.
12.
He'll give her a sympathetic look.
It does not look trapped.
Is it locked? Does it look locked?
You're not sure.
I'll see if it's locked.
Alright, so you just try to push up on it, and
Yeah.
it starts to move.
Oh, alright. Don't even need my thieves' tools. I'm gonna quietly peek through.
And as you look through, you look to be in another small room. No light, but since you're a drow, is not an issue for you. You look around, and there's different kinds of crates in here, some barrels. Seems to be a couple oars on the wall.
Am I hearing movement?
Make a perception check for me.
That was a roll. Dirty 20!
You do hear some movement from above you. You also hear a familiar voice as someone yells out across. Get those boats ready for the next people that are coming in. They need to be ready soon. And you get this is the man that you all talked to at the Ravenosa shipyard. That is at the front desk.
Bro.
So it seems like you're underneath that building, in one of their storage areas.
Alright, I kind of like close it slowly and I look down at the rest of my party in the dancing lights and I'm like, well, we're back at the boat guy.
Ravenosa.
The one we haven't seen hide or tail of.
The woman who heard the entire conversation that Dumka and I had about being here to solve the problem.
Who was talking very earnestly with the Marquis when we first came here.
Maybe we should get out of here.
Go all the way back, risk them meeting us halfway through.
Get out somewhere. Try to keep a watch on it.
And even if our boats are still there.
Yeah.
Boats that we rented from the place from under which that we're under right now. So, and did those boats have any identifying numbers or marks on them so that they knew which boat went to who?
Yep.
Yeah, we gotta turn around.
So they're going to know exactly who was here.
We gotta hurry back.
Yeah, we gotta go back.
Okay.
Saren, my love, can you start leading us back that way?
This might be a little difficult. I can't really turn around.
Oh no, darling.
No.
Oh, we didn't
What's
think
wrong?
about that at all.
What is wrong
Wait,
with her?
wait. Could we all like quietly get into the storage room, turn around, and go back?
Saren
could
can't
attempt
turn
to, sure.
around. She's too large.
Oh wait, can I just like pick her up and make her vertical and then just like spin her and put her down?
There
She's
is
too
not
wide
much
for
room
the
in here.
tunnel.
Like even the tunnel, the height goes up maybe like
Does
maybe 7 feet. So like even Reksha's probably had to
God,
be
I would-
punched down.
Yeah.
here.
is there
okay.
like a spell to like make her smaller? Does anybody have anything like that?
I'm useless.
No.
Oh God.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. We didn't
No.
even think of this in the first place.
Well, then it's
How much room? If I were to like
let's
keep
do
my
it
head back up,
now.
Wait, yeah.
how much?
Huh?
How much room is inside this storage area? Is it enough for Sarah to come up and turn around?
It could be.
Here's
It's gonna be a tight
Oh.
fit though.
Here's the thing, though.
Oh.
Here's the thing. When I did my little do-do-do-do that I do sometimes, it makes it so that you don't leave any tracks. The earth just forgets that you are there because I asked it to. And Saren was in the range when I cast it, so if she heads up now, we can get her turned around and there won't be any mud or tracks left in this basement. But we have to go in, like now because we have like maybe 5 minutes left.
All right, I will try to slowly and stealthily open this hatch and climb my way out.
It opens
right.
up. For this, I want everybody to go ahead and make another stealth check. For me.
Should I roll one for Saren
You should
too?
roll one for Saren.
But we still
I should have
have
had you do one before and I
I'll
forgot.
have the plus.
So-
That's okay.
yeah, we still
Yeah, you still have the plus 10.
Okay,
Okay.
so for me, that's not great. For me, it's a 16
Okay.
with the plus 10.
31.
Okay.
Fuck off.
22.
For
Okay.
Saren,
23.
okay, Saren's is better, and that's good. Saren is a 26.
Okay.
Hey!
She's the one that kind of matters.
I got a 16 with the plus 10 again.
Okay.
I got a 25 at disadvantage.
Nice.
Hey!
So, yeah, with those stealth checks, the average is really good. So, you all slowly but quietly make your way out of this tunnel into the storeroom. And Saren does need a little help getting up because it is like a ladder that goes up. But she
Ow.
eventually climbs up.
Remember?
She eventually climbs up.
We
Waits
make a
for-
human ladder for the princess.
Who wants to lead back? Going back. Is it the same order? So Saren at the back,
Uh,
and then
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go ahead. I'll go.
so
In front.
Zach goes.
I'll go behind Zach.
Okay, and then
I'll be in the
you
middle.
three. Okay, and
I'll
then
bring
Saren
up
at
the
the
rear.
Okay. Well, Saren,
Well,
do you want to be
Saren-
behind Saren, or do you want to
Saren
Saren
can
to be-
Saren can go at the rear, but I'll be the last
Okay.
like
person?
two-legged person.
Yeah. So you all make your way back. Another about 10 minutes passed. You lose your pass without a trace.
Okay, now we're leaving tracks.
Now, indeed, you are leaving tracks, and it is
Dragon track!
very obvious. Saren
We need
is
to do-
leaving very big tracks.
What if we got like
Hey,
an
wait,
extra...
I'm gonna stop. Saren,
Yes.
darling, behind you as you're walking. Can you
Yes.
swish your tail back and forth to just get rid of any of your tracks as you go? So it's just move the mud around. So it's just one big swoosh of your tail rather than your footprints.
I will try. Yes.
Okay.
So, what check would this be? We're gonna do a dexterity survival check for this. I don't know if Saren has a proficiency in survival, but if not, then it's just a dexterity check.
Let me read something real quick. Uses your proficiency bonus in several places. No, she doesn't have proficiency in it, I don't think, but I can still roll for her.
Okay.
Not bad. Survival's whiz, right? Oh, you wanted
It's dexterity based.
dex
For
based.
this,
Okay. 16.
Okay, not bad.
15 plus 1.
So as You all are walking through the tunnel. Tremayne, you look back to check on Saren. And Saren seems, I mean, there is definitely it looks like maybe like a giant worm or snake or slug or something and walked through here, but it doesn't look like dragon footprints. But it does look like something was, that kind of snake figure was slithering through this tunnel.
I mean, that's just that not only does it cover all of our tracks, but it's also a great diversion. No one's looking for looking at us for that.
It's a giant earthworm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're not worms.
We're people. People aren't worms.
Unless you are...
We can become worms.
Yeah, unless you can become a worm if you are a certain ASMR druid.
I think that we all become worms eventually.
True.
So, you all make your way back through the tunnel. Luckily, it doesn't seem like anybody has returned as you arrive back at the other entrance.
Yeah, I feel like we were
Exit
trying to be
the tunnel.
quicker, we were trying to be a little bit quicker going back, but not rushing.
Yeah. So you make it back to the lighthouse. You are now in the basement of the lighthouse. It doesn't look like anybody has returned to it. What is the plan?
I feel like we should look around though. I know that we wanted to rush to get the boats out of there, but I feel like perhaps we should check upstairs before we leave.
I agree.
Good call.
I have rope if we need to jump out the side, if someone can keep an eye. We can just figure something out.
I can just jump out the window.
I can, if someone I could stay down here. I recognize that I'm not the best investigator, but
I have a message that I can use to talk to you as we go.
There we go. And if I see someone returning back or coming up to here, I can do the same.
All right.
So I'll stay down here.
Saren, why don't you stay with him as well?
I was planning on it. I don't feel like going up another tight staircase.
I know, darling. I'm so sorry. We'll think better in the future.
If you want, I can try and get some of the mud off of your wings.
She looks up to you and sure, I guess.
Okay.
She kind of shakes a little bit, and some of it does come off and splatters on you, but some of it is still on her paws and her claws and stuff like that.
Go now. Go.
All right, let's go.
Sarah will
I go in with the
hold up her claw to you.
Hammer
As
me.
everybody else walks up the staircase. Staircase goes up. You get to another room that looks like to be a bed chamber of sorts. There is a few rundown beds here. There is a ton of different cobwebs in here. That looks like it's been undisturbed for quite some time. Everything's kind of run down. You keep going up the staircase to the top room, which is where the lighthouse would function, where the light would be, and definitely hasn't worked in quite some time. Other than that, there hasn't seemed to be no one has made their way up here. All the mud tracks just went down and out the front door. It didn't.
There
None of
any,
them came up here.
personal items or anything in the room?
Not really.
When we get up to the top, does it seem like looking poking around, are there any spots where someone maybe there's already a rope or a small ladder if somebody's going up to the top, because they might not be going down, but maybe someone's going up to look at what's happening and get a good vantage point on the whole town? Yeah. Does it seem like anybody has done that, climbed up here?
Make an investigation check. If someone wants to help Tremayne, they can.
I'll help.
I'll help. Yeah.
Okay. So you have advantage on the check.
Hey, okay, that was a 16 and a 17, plus I have a +1 to investigation, so that's an 18.
18.
Yeah.
You don't see any rope or ladder that seems like that was attached on the railings up here. Let's see. With that check though, there does seem to be a spot that's kind of disturbed up here. That everything's kind of dusty, but there seems to be one part of the railing that is less dusty. Seems like someone has either been leaning on it or something like that. So you do find some kind of indication that someone was up here at least somewhat recently.
And is the railing okay? One, is the railing just like a wall of like stones, like all like built up together, like it's just like a stone wall?
Mm-hmm.
Does that look out onto the village, or does it look out into the swamps?
This way, it actually looks towards the swamps.
I pointed out
Off
to
in
my
that
friends.
western direction again.
Like, hey, someone was like here, or like was someone like. This is like disturbed a little bit.
Can I just do a scan of the horizon? If I were to stand in that spot, can I like do perception?
Sure. Go ahead and make
Maybe
a
they're
perception
looking
check
at
for
a
me.
specific place.
Right. I'm trying to see if there's any markers that I could pick up. I don't know.
Okay.
16. I'm a like shit.
Unfortunately, with seeing too far into the distance on this day is kind of difficult because the sun isn't really shining through the clouds all that much. It's really overcast. It hasn't started raining yet, but it definitely seems like there might be some rain at some point today. And it's just kind of difficult to see through the trees and the foliage of the surrounding areas that you don't pick up anything.
Do any of the rocks in the area, like the stone wall that was disturbed, do any of them come out and have a secret compartment in them?
You feel around and you try and see if there's any kind of secret compartments. You actually feel one part of it, of the wall. You give it a little tug, and the whole wall starts to move.
Oh.
You think if you pull, you're gonna pull more?
Yeah.
Jenka.
You pull more. Go ahead and make an athletics check. For me real
I'm gonna
fast.
point down towards Dumka and just be like, so I believe we've found a secret passage. I will update on what we find behind it.
Oh, I wish I found the secret passage.
Wait, I'm gonna roll my cat dice.
As he's like piling Saren's claws.
That is an athletics check.
Yep.
26.
26?
Yeah.
So you go to pull some of this rock that is kind of moving. You pull it, and then this top part of this wall starts to crumble.
Oh!
And then starts to fall off the side of the lighthouse down
no.
onto the bottom,
Oh no.
making a loud noise as bricks hitting the ground.
Jenga.
Jenga. I thought you meant
And you
the
have
wall
this.
was moving like the wall was sliding, not the wall was falling
No.
apart moving.
No, it was starting to crumble.
That's why I was
I'm
trying.
gonna point it out, never mind.
I literally completely
Yeah, I was saying
misunderstood the
Jenga because I was like,
description.
you're gonna make.
No, I just completely misunderstood the description. That's my bad.
I did
God.
too.
Yeah, but what's your
That's so
wisdom?
funny.
My wisdom is a 6.
17.
That's so
Part
funny.
of this top, like railing part of this wall, just kind of falls over to make
Can I
a
look
loud
to see if
noise.
there's movement
Dumka
now?
goes, ah!
Right,
You hear
right as
Dumka from below.
Beckett says never mind, you hear this loud noise.
What were you wanting to see if you could?
I was
See
just seeing if, like, after that loud commotion, if there's, like, movement now in the marsh. Like, responding to that, like, rushing us
I
like
mean,
a herd of elephants or something. I don't know.
You definitely see some like animals move
Okay.
in the distance. Some like alligators like kind of look over and like scurry off. just from the loud noise. And yeah, I mean, you don't see any kind of like humanoids or anything like that. It's
Okay,
mostly
okay.
animal life.
No zombies rushing towards our
No.
tower.
No zombies rushing towards your tower.
Just checking.
Has this
We're dealing with undead.
has this
Who knows?
revealed a secret compartment that's full of treasure though?
Unfortunately, not. You do have
The
a nice
secret-
brick
look.
in your hand, though.
The secret treasure was the brick you found.
Yeah,
along
you have a
the
nice
way.
brick.
This rock was just speaking to me. Sorry.
Nice.
There's a
That's
reason why I
Genasi.
don't do the sneaking, and it's because of that.
Yeah. I need to leave you behind next time. Alright.
Alright.
It happens. It happened. It's
I
fine.
thought it was gonna slide.
I mean, I did too. I prematurely informed Dumka that it was a secret passage.
I was too
Maybe
busy
not.
looking out. I didn't even see what you were doing in my peripheral. I should have looked.
Perhaps they'll just think it was natural decay
Yeah, it's
when they
raining.
come back and see.
Yeah. Oh.
It's not raining yet, but
Well, it's gonna rain. It's
The-
cloudy.
The direction that it's facing is the same direction that the footprints were leading. Is it going west?
Yeah, it looks like it was overlooking where the footprints were leading and also where the camouflage for the small boat was.
Right.
That's
I
off
guess
in the
that's-
western direction.
Or something.
It's the only way to go at this point.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs before I cause more problems. Bye. I go downstairs.
Nice. Yeah, you go downstairs, meet up with Dumka again.
Yeah, and Dumka's just like, cleaning and doing the nails, and it's like, and that's why I have a really weird relationship with my father in Port Zoon, because it's
Just
just
at the top of the steps.
he
like-
doesn't really know how to talk,
Oh, baby, I'm so
To me.
sorry.
So it's like this is why I'm doing this like mercantile deal, because I'm trying to just connect with him in some way,
Are you saying all this in Draconic? Yeah. Tremayne, you come back down to the bottom of the stairs, and it's not very difficult to see. Saren looks up to you and has this look of, please kill me.
I'll come
As Dumka is speaking in another language.
I come down and say, hey, Dumka.
Hello? Hello?
Look at this. And I take some of the mud, and I just, like, put some of the mud on my cheek, and it just, like, slides off, but it doesn't leave, like, a trail of dirt. Look at that. See that?
He goes down and scoops up some more.
Yeah, do it. Just slides off.
Yeah, it just like smushes it into your face. Wow. You can never know the joy of having a mud bath.
I mean, it still feels. I still feel it. It just does. I just don't get that dirty from it. It's just like, shoo.
Oh, I like that sound.
Yeah, I made a.
Okay,
font.
someone do something productive.
yeah.
Someone do something.
Yeah,
We should probably
People that are
leave.
upstairs. Okay.
we're just keeping. I'm just gonna go keep an eye outside. I'm gonna
Yeah.
peek out the door.
Okay.
Unless
So do
you
we-
think there's anything else, Zach.
We either track it, or we stake out here, hide, and wait for it to come back. Wait,
Why
We
are-
need to hide the boats if we did that.
Why
Yeah.
are we not just going? Obviously, Ravenosa is the one that is doing this, so why are we not just going after her?
I don't think it's quite that obvious yet.
Yeah, we need proof.
Well, why else would you have a secret tunnel?
There's the
Right,
possibility that she
hold on.
might not have anything to do with it. So
Yes.
maybe it's. My point is that somebody else could argue this, and that we need the proof.
All right. But sometimes if you go up to someone, you're like, you should explain yourself on why you've been, putting diamonds on people's bodies and harvesting their blood. And then she would be like, how did you find out? And it's like, I know now,
I don't think we're living in
My-
a nice book, though.
My concern She was talking very earnestly with the Marquis, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but that is a bit suspicious, no?
Yeah. She seemed very kind of upset that we interrupted.
So I think that perhaps we should go about this with a bit more grace.
Grace is my middle name. You've got it.
I'm not saying you're
you-
wrong. I wholeheartedly believe with
The
you.
problem is if she has, even if this secret tunnel is hers and she built it, that doesn't make her guilty. She just has a weird
She
tunnel.
just love tunnels.
Yeah. She has a
Also,
weird...
Because we have not found any evidence that points
Exactly.
the diamonds to this
Exactly.
tunnel.
Yeah,
Alright.
we need proof.
We could,
Do we hide or do we track? Hide and wait?
What
Or
are we gonna
track.
see if we hide, though? And maybe if bringing someone in, but the chances of that now are much less likely. We've kind of sabotaged ourselves a stakeout in informing everybody what these things do.
if we just spend all of these days wandering the swamp, you know, we may find more of the diamonds, but they could always just be operating in a different area from this if they hear us coming or are keeping track of what direction we take the boat from. It's tough either way.
It's very tough either way.
I suppose as time goes on, I think it is less likely that people are going to be taking these fake diamonds because of the information that we've put out. So perhaps now is the best time for a stakeout, and if it turns up nothing, then we go look somewhere else.
I think that's a good idea. And when we were upstairs, it didn't seem like there was much traffic in that way. It looked like somebody had been up there at some point, and maybe potentially recently, but it didn't look like anybody was living up there or anything that might be a good place to be. But we need to hide the boats. We can't have the boats there, especially because they are connected to us in some way.
We could sink them.
They are on the Marquis.
No, I mean, like, just fill them with water so that they're underneath and we can pull them back out later.
When you put it that way, it sounds a bit less extreme.
If we poked holes in them, I think Reksha could fix it. But yes, I just mean purposefully capsize them.
I don't think that's a bad idea. You said these are like rowboats?
There's like small canoes.
So they don't have like a cabin or anything like that?
We can
Okay.
literally just push them in and
Scoop water into them.
Yeah,
and
we
let them
flip
sink.
them sideways, let them fill up.
yeah. Let's do it then.
Sorry, just so we can sink them. I was
Sink
like,
them.
Sometimes Dumka does the, you know, like my brain goes from this to this and he forgets the very important context in between those two
When
thoughts.
a sorcerer says, let's sink some boats, you're not thinking about it happening in a stealthy way. You're thinking about it happening in a fireball way.
To be I mean, I'm a lightning, water.
You'd still. Ugh.
I will tip it over sideways and start making it take on water.
So are you leaving them attached to the dock?
No.
No, we're
Or, you know-
gonna take them like a little.
I'm gonna take them on. Yeah.
Okay. And then you're gonna sort of sink them.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you do that. Doesn't seem like anybody has returned to the lighthouse as you all were doing this. Is someone keeping watch up on the top of the?
I will.
Okay, so Reksha and Zach, while the
Yeah.
other three will.
I'm not strong enough to sink those boats.
Saren.
I'll ask Saren what she wants to do.
Yeah, I can. I have no issue. I can help you.
Okay. All right.
She can swim after we get the
Saren could
boats.
hide in the water.
After we get them under, she could go pull them out and away and put them under for us, so we don't have to get wet and track water everywhere.
Mhm.
Reksha,
This is-
I want you specifically to make. This is going to be an insight check for me.
It's Zach.
Damn it!
Insight check is 19.
As you're standing up on top of the lighthouse with Zach looking out over the waterways, you could swear you're being watched. You get that feeling in the back, just in the back of your head, where feels like someone is watching you. But as you look around, you do not see anyone. Zach slowly looks over at you, noticing this. And I think that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Wow.
Ugh.
I was literally just about to die.
Oh no! Italy.
Someone was watching us.
Oh. Hopefully everybody enjoyed tonight's session.
Mystery.
And we will see where this leads us next time. So we will see you in 2 weeks. But come back next week for Waterdeep.
And don't forget
And,
to check out Little Dragon Corp and Cardboard Castle games and our other games every night of the week.
Correct. Star Wars should be very interesting tomorrow. So